Yay!
Oh, hey.
What's up, everybody?
I didn't I didn't just get here.
No, you've been here the whole time.
Yeah.
Hey, if Corny does decide to get on, give him Sarah's spot on the
I can
grid.
do it. I know what I'm doing.
Work.
Please replace me.
You replace Sarah.
Hello,
You are irreplaceable, Sarah.
hello, everyone.
No, it's okay. I replaced him, so it's only right that he replaced me.
Never seen them in the same room twice or together,
I mean, yeah, that's true.
except for those times I did. The other D&D set.
So,
Oh shit.
Anyway, so Allie will be joining us late. Patrick's getting on after an episode of Legend of Korra because, like, fuck us, I guess.
Because prior.
And, I'm gonna tell a story real quick while we're waiting on everybody.
Oh no.
There was a school newspaper called the Clarion where Robbie, Christine, myself, and Patrick all went.
Oh yeah.
And I was the managing editor, and one of my good friends was the editor-in-chief of that for a year. And Patrick and his girlfriend at the time would send us things way past the deadline, constantly. He got published probably like 3 times because he would send us stuff always late. So we did an April Fool's episode, and we called him out right on the very back of this thing. It's like the first thing people would see, where it was like, sending us an article 17 hours after the deadline is not worth a shot, Patrick. Get us your shit on time. So anyway, if you ever come back and rewatch this, Patrick, same feelings here.
Hey, some people are on fairy time. You know, like, this group is obsessed with fucking around with the fairies. Some people exist on fae time.
Patrick is watching Legend of Korra. I feel like that has nothing to do with this. If he were like lighting fires,
Or
like-
Legend of Korra. He's
Seeking-
got his priorities right. Come on.
Thank you,
if he were
Rob.
lighting fires, dancing naked in the forest,
Maybe that is
Oh,
what
so
he's
you're like OG fae. You're not here for the millennial fae bullshit.
I guess not. I don't know. I'm not a fake connoisseur,
Coachella.
and
I haven't been to a single burn. I just know a bunch of burners. Like, I know all the rules, bring your own cup, that kind of thing. But
Fair enough.
sorry, I interrupted you, Brian.
No, you're fine. I just realized we need to roll for initiative, and I guess I'm going to roll for everybody who's not here that might be getting on. But no, I need that pencil. This is very dramatic, and I need that notebook. Thank you. Hey, this seems excessive.
So Sarah's going full goth here.
Hell yeah, I love it. I think it looks
I'm there
great.
for it.
So the lipstick I got was too dark, so I tried to lighten it with eyeshadow, and then it became a mess, and I just gave up. That's what happened.
Oh.
It works from on camera at least.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm
and also
glad.
using eyeshadow is like adding dimension to a lip color. Spot on.
Yes.
I do
Thank
that all the time.
It's so fun. I like it.
Man, I wish I could do makeup.
You
You
could.
can.
I don't have arms.
Okay, that's a fair point. Like,
Roll.
there are certain things you could do, like bold splashes of color, but only if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would look good in makeup, Rob. We could do it.
Roll again.
Shit. What
What's
is this Swedish?
what's
They're
happening?
rolling for everyone who's not here.
There we go.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I was not paying attention.
No, she rolled a 7 2 times in a row, and I already rolled a 7 for Allie, so...
Dude, remember that time that Patrick and I were on a fucking wavelength and we kept
Yes.
doing this same Rochambeau deal? That was nuts. My girlfriend gets mad at me because every time I do Rochambeau with her, I win. Like, she doesn't like to do rock, paper, scissors with me because apparently I always win.
Oh,
I don't know why. I don't even look at her sometimes, but
Oh, luck too good.
only with rock, paper, scissors, apparently.
I mean, find a way to exploit that. Gamble.
I'm afraid it only works on her, so I'm not sure if that advantage is really effective.
I mean, at the very least, you'll always tie with Patrick. That's something. Test
That's
out your
wild.
skills with someone else.
We were on an entirely different, like, he was slow and I was fast, like, according to the connection, but we still
Yeah.
ended up at the same time, just.
What did you guys roll?
12.
5.
16.
Well, we get good rolls on these cheap ass dice.
I only have
I dropped
one
them
set
before.
of dice. A single set.
Wait, Robbie, you said you rolled 16?
Yup.
Roll again.
It's a roll
19.
Okay, you go first.
Oh.
Then me. Then Rob.
Ah.
Then
Topic
Allie.
of discussion.
Hopefully Allie will be here by then. Then Christine. Pat. And Sarah. All right. Yeah, topic of discussion apparently for Robbie is going to be his new soundboard that chat
Hell
voted
yeah.
Yeah, I got one now.
Thanks, chat.
But you guys wanted one, so now we have one. And we've got one and
another one, and another one, and another one.
Because why? Nah, that's not. So my topic of discussion can either be a contingent election, or that my house was a crime scene last night.
Wait, what?
Oh shit,
Yeah.
yeah. I forgot about that.
Murderino in me votes for number 2.
The what?
Yeah,
The Murderino
like,
in me says yes, please, to the second.
Yes, please.
there are plenty of people who are going to be talking about the election shit. Let's talk about the crime scene at your house.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah, that sounds
The
more
masses
interesting.
want to know.
Oh.
That sounds way.
Inquiring minds.
Indeed, sir.
I was just hanging out at my house, right? Chilling, playing some hockey, and then all of a sudden I hear like a car crash outside, right?
Robbie has an NHL size ice rink in his basement.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Checks
No,
out.
he
for
doesn't.
clarification.
No, he
Sure.
doesn't.
Yes,
Yeah.
he does.
Rob, you've never been to my house.
Yeah, you don't know Rob.
You couldn't.
I've
You
been
wouldn't be able to
there,
get
and
down
it
there
looks
anyway.
like it could definitely hold something underground. Possibly an eldritch horror or two.
I mean, if it's an Olympic pool, let me come play.
No, it's a hockey rink.
If it's 6 inches, if you're into 6 inches deep, we can melt the ice. Otherwise,
What's 6 inches deep?
the ice.
I got
Oof.
Weird.
excited.
But yeah, so I was playing hockey. I was, just,
Hocking it
practicing
up.
some Bardowskis, just to, wheel snipe Selly.
As you do.
Yeah, just
Mhm.
Windows.
I have no idea what he's on about, but let's
because
continue.
apparently you don't watch Letterkenny.
Hockey.
You said hawking it up. I thought you understood.
But yeah, hockeying it up, and I hear this loud crash outside, like somebody's crashed or something, and then but I don't
Ugh.
see anything, and then I see a cop car with his lights on come barreling, and I live on a road that's not a main road and is a gravel road and back out of the way, and I see the cop come swerving around, and so I'm like, what the hell is going on? I go outside to check on things, and I'm like, hey, there's a loaded pistol in my front yard. This is cool.
Oh, no.
And they're like, how do you know it's...
Did you touch it?
No, man, my prints ain't getting on that. No. I don't mess with that. And I was like, well, I don't like that. So I just kind of stayed out of the way. And then the cops came, and because they found it on my property, they had drug sniffing dogs everywhere and everything. I don't know what happened. I was just there, a bystander. This all happened. He swiped my neighbor's house next to me and actually hit their house. That's what the noise was. The big loud dingy.
Oh, shit.
Was he didn't realize how fast this curve was. And so he or not how fast the curve, but how sharp the curve was. And so he went off and like drifted into like his porch, and then tried to keep going, and they caught him like up the hill, I think, or something. I don't know, man. I just know like what I saw because I was there, and now I'm probably like perjuring myself because like it's an ongoing investigation. I don't know.
Well, did they tell you specifically not to talk about it?
No.
There you go. They need to
Well,
tell
fuck
you.
'em.
Then you're safe.
Even if they did, fuck the cops.
Fair enough.
Whoa. Also, yes.
I mean, I was just,
It's not been doing great.
I was just like, yeah, this there. I didn't touch it. I don't want nothing to do with it.
I
Yeah.
didn't see nothing. I didn't hear nothing. I wish I could remember that in Italian. Somebody taught me that one time because apparently half their family was in the mob, but I don't
I
remember.
didn't see.
But apparently that's like a whole thing. I didn't see anything.
You
I
got
didn't-
connections with the cult. You got connections with the mob.
I mean, I live a pretty exciting life. What can I say?
In the middle of nowhere.
In the middle of nowhere. That's the best place to find things
Yeah.
that people don't
Stream
want you to
chat's
find.
right. They
she's not
said,
wrong.
why are you running from the cops by my house? Because, yeah, I don't think they realized where they were. Because, like, the road they're going up just circles back around to the other side of my house. So, like, there's no way out. So,
Shit.
like, have fun. So, like, that was my night last night.
Did they tell you what the person did?
No,
Like, did they rob a convenience store?
I have no
or,
idea.
like-
I just know that, like, 15 cop
can-
cars were outside of my house.
You can access the crime report. That's public record.
I tried, and I can't find anything.
Ooh.
Mm. So I apparently have a new translator on my phone. I updated it recently, and I looked up how to say I didn't see anything. I don't know anything.
Yes.
To translate to Italian, and it says, let's see if I can get this right. Non ho visto niente, non so niente.
That makes sense. Listen well, kids.
Yeah,
If
kids.
you need to know.
If you need to know, it's there.
Kids, when I say 1312, you say ACAB.
Well, Stream Chat just said also NWA ain't make a song called Fuck the Fire Department.
Yeah,
The fire department actually does cool shit, though.
for real.
Yeah, they do.
People like to
They
complain about
talented.
socialism, but they conveniently forget that's what the fire department is.
No, that's
It's
different.
adorable.
Different.
It's not the socialism politicians tell me to be afraid of.
Yeah.
So I don't want us to get copyright struck, but if anyone in stream chat would like to just pull up the Casualties 1312, throw that on in the background for the next few minutes. It's a solid song. I wholeheartedly support the message. I can't speak for everybody else in the group, but music recommendation for the night.
Caw, caw.
Yeah. Maybe on Monday, Robbie, check with the sheriff's department. Like, did you try to just look it up online, or did you call
Try to
them?
look it up online.
Yeah, they may not upload that stuff like immediately, but once they've got a report done, you should be able to access it. Especially because stuff. I mean, you're involved. They questioned you, right?
They took my name and my number.
So you're involved in the investigation. You have access to the records.
So now I'm gonna go to jail because I talked about it.
Nah.
Probably not.
It's not your fault you live there.
Yeah.
Or is
Hmm. Is it your fault you live there?
Yeah, I bought the house. It's my fault.
Oh,
Oh.
shit. Then you're fucked.
But hang on, there may still be a way to pin this on Jess.
Oh,
Nah,
shit.
I'm not
Just
gonna
say
do
like,
that.
I didn't want to live
Wow.
here, but she insisted.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pull a Brian. So.
Why?
Oh.
Oh!
It's working out great for me.
Wait, is it?
Wait, I don't get it. I don't understand. I'm
It's fine. They can't kill me twice.
What?
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 What? Anyway.
Yeah, is there anything else you want to talk about that, Robbie?
No. That's it.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
That's
you
fine.
guys want to talk about a
Okay.
contingent election?
Not
No.
really.
Okay.
Do we have to?
No, we
It's
don't.
fine if it's.
Okay.
We don't have to do anything.
Yeah, you
Well, I have
do.
a story about how my roommate really felt the Friday the 13th feel
Let's
today.
do it. Let's talk about that.
So,
Yeah, go for that.
I'm gonna
I like
steal
so
Good Mythical Morning.
she started out the day. She does glasswork stuff. And she's
Allie's
been prepping.
here.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Here. Yeah.
Hello.
You sound like you're in a car on your
That's
phone.
because
Oh shit.
I am.
Hell yeah. Allie, I was just talking
And
about.
off of work.
Woo!
Yeah.
Allie, I was just telling a Friday the 13th story.
Ooh, yes. What was that?
Why we got a fucking soundboard?
Fuck yeah.
There
Better
it is.
when it's real.
Yes. All our dreams come true.
Hell yeah.
Is it though?
Yes.
It's still nothing to do with that dragon happening here, so.
He's not wrong.
Okay, Christine.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th story.
Okay, so my roommate had a time today. She started out the day. She does glass work. She's been building up to sell a bunch of shit for a market that's happening tomorrow. And I woke up, said hi to her this morning, and she told me a story about how she had to pull a sliver of glass from under her nail bed and out of her foot. And that was the start of the day.
Ugh.
Luckily, I haven't gotten nailed by one of these glass pieces, and I'm very grateful for that. And so, like, at one point she had to go to it was the Dollar General, and she was walking through. Patrick!
I guess
How
Cor-
was your episode of Cora?
Yeah, how was your episode of Cora, Patrick?
Oh,
No one can hear you.
He's
Can't hear you.
muted.
Yeah, you're muted.
Shouting. Why am I shouting?
No one can hear you.
Okay,
Because-
you have to remute.
W.
Because
It's all
yelling.
broken.
Maybe.
Yelling's cool.
Also, make sure you're on your 2G connection, not your 5G connection.
Yeah.
Everybody heard Friday the 13th and just like jumped into the.
I know.
I got done with the episode or the final episode of season 2, and I was like, yeah, it was pretty good. It's not as bad as I remember. And then I got to season 3, and I was like, and now the moment we've all been waiting for. And the Zaire intro is so fucking good. It's just like, have you ever heard the great works of Lahima? And it's just like everybody's like, what? It's like if you blind yourself to the possibility of change, you won't see anything coming, and it just starts fucking airbending everywhere.
Okay.
I mean, wait, have you guys seen Korra?
It's been a minute.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, the big
I
bad for
have
season 3 is like incredible, and season 3 of Korra is like the best Avatar ever gets, I think.
I'm
Righteous.
still partial to the original.
Anyway, what's up? Are we
Yeah.
live?
Yes.
Yeah, no, we're live.
Okay, awesome.
So, Sarah,
I've been trying to tell
So-
a story for like 5 minutes.
Christine, please continue.
That was great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
Christine's telling a story.
long story short, my roommate's having Friday the 13th story. 2 pieces of glass in her body starting out the day. Goes to a store, tries to walk out of the sliding glass area, scrapes the shit out of her foot, where a layer of skin is just shaved off. I still don't quite know how this happened, but it happened. So she goes home, trying to get ready for this market. She makes glass stuff. It's been this whole thing, like couple weeks long process. She goes to open a bottle of mead that she and I made to like add to this roast that she was cooking in the crock pot. Well, I'm a dumbass.
Real quick,
And
you made mead?
I do make mead.
Okay, please continue.
Absolutely. So, short story
Also
on how I'm a
continue.
dumbass. My dad is a master mead maker. He's been doing it since 2012. He's very fucking good, and he has an amazing book of recipes that he's been building up that I will fight tooth and nail for. Tooth and nail with my brothers for that thing. Well, one of the things he
Put,
told me when
glass
I
under
first
their
started.
nail beds.
Huh?
Shove glass under their nail beds.
Yeah, that shit hurts, apparently.
Yeah.
It's a bitch. Well, one of the things you're supposed to do when you finish off, when you're bottling, is that you need to put in this enzyme that stops the yeast like the alcohol creating process. You need to kill the yeast, or it'll keep fermenting.
Mm-hmm.
Which, like, if you let that shit go long enough, it becomes bomb.
Jesus Christ.
I see where this is going, and I am terrified.
So this
Oh.
time it didn't happen, but we had one bottle literally explode on us, glass pieces everywhere. I'm still finding pieces of this poor bottle. But no, she was just trying to crack the bottle open. She did, and it just frothed over like it was New Year's fucking Eve. And it just went everywhere, in her hair, on the sink, on the wall, nearly hit the ceiling. We have an 18-foot ceiling. For the tiniest apartment ever, we have a very high ceiling for some reason. And yeah, that was her day.
Drinking mead in the halls of Sovngarde.
I mean, we have a cave, drinking mead in the cave, essentially.
That's
I
fucking.
have some questions.
Sure.
How long does it take for the bottle to explode?
Also, can you control the explosion?
I imagine you could. I just don't know the chemistry behind it. I know what I had made was small mead, which is less sugar, less honey, for like a quicker turnover. Because if you're doing like an OG type of mead, that usually takes about 2 to 6 months for it to really finish curing and fermenting. And this guy, you can turn it over in 2 weeks, but you absolutely have to stop the fermentation process, or it becomes bomb.
So by preparing it for like within a short time frame, would you say you are seizing the means of production?
Absolutely.
Oh.
Most good.
The question that I'm legitimately getting at here.
I need a rocket launcher. I need
Oh, yeah, Robbie has a soundboard now, Patrick.
Fuck.
That's the best way to find out about it.
Hell yeah. Oh no, to get it booed.
What?
Booed by the internet. Ryan, you had another question?
Yeah, so is there a way to turn this into a like mead for my family kind of situation?
Hate both of you.
I don't hate this.
Shame.
He's so proud of it. Oh my god.
Robbie's having a good night.
This soundboard has just made my day.
It's gonna enrich our sessions for sure. You could, but it's like, why make mead to throw at somebody else when you could drink it to fuel your Viking rage? You know, priorities.
Yeah, Molotov cocktails are the best alcohol-based weaponry.
Great success.
I'm not saying not to use Molotov cocktails. I'm just saying if you can get shrapnel in a specific area.
There's a more efficient way to do it.
I feel like you're being a Molotov cocktease.
Hey!
You gonna get that? Yeah, there it is.
3 for 3, Pat. Oh,
What the fuck is that kid doing there?
Thank you.
I hate that kid so goddamn much.
Why do you hate his?
He's such a piece of shit.
Holy shit.
I hate that kid.
Okay, I'm assuming he's actually adorable because he looks adorable. Is he actually the devil?
No, he's the worst.
This is what we're talking about
Really?
next.
He's the worst child.
Please talk
I'm
about
asking
the
Rob.
child.
Rob, is that true?
Mm-mm. He's not the worst child.
Is he
not-
the one that I hate? Is this a different kid?
This is the one that you hate.
Okay, cool.
I don't know why
I
you
hate him so
I don't know
much.
why you hate this kid.
Rob has
Because he's very annoying.
goblins.
Well, how old is he? Is he what, 6?
Probably
6-year-old.
4 or 12 or something. I don't know.
No,
He's the worst. I don't know anything about
Size.
7.
That's all he is. That's
Yeah,
enough for Brian to hate
7?
him.
He comes,
You hate a 7.
yeah, because
Yeah.
he runs.
I'm gonna
Because he
throw it
runs
through
in
the
the
window.
room, and he's like,
I don't think you have any idea how fast I really am. I'm fast as fuck, boy.
What?
Okay.
Was that off the soundboard?
This soundboard is the best thing that has ever
Oh my
happened to Almora.
Oh my god. I don't think you understand how fucking fast I am.
No, so this kid he's 7 and he's already learned emotional manipulation.
He's a child.
And so
They're
yeah,
assholes.
I know.
Slytherin!
I didn't say I was partial to kids in any way, but this kid in particular. So Rob will be doing anything, right? And then this kid will go, "Hey, Rob, I want you to play Castle Crashers with me." And Rob's like, "I'm doing something, bro. I'm not your parent. Get the fuck out of here." He doesn't talk like that. I'm summarizing. So the kid will like leave and then come back later and be like, I don't have any friends. Nobody will play with me. Everyone hates me. I'm not exaggerating. He will literally say all of this shit.
I mean, that just sounds like a child to me.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like,
All kids are experts at emotional manipulation because it's the only playing card they have.
It's agency. Like they learn manipulation tactics because like that's what they have. They don't have immediate power because they shouldn't have immediate power. So.
Well, I hate him.
Cool.
I'm gonna throw him
I hate him.
Okay, Baba Yaga, you can eat him later.
Yes.
Devour the
Hate that
youth.
kid.
You can spread him on your broomstick so you can fly later, I guess, if you can catch him.
I'll probably catch him. I'll just tell him I'm gonna play Castle Crashers with him.
Put him in a pot of stew, and we shall consume his strength together, brother.
Yes! Patrick gets it.
Yes!
I don't like children, but fuck, dude.
I just don't like that kid a lot. Because he's the one I have to deal with the most. If I'm playing video games with Rob, I have to hear him whining the most. Most other kids I can keep a wide berth from.
Well, here's the thing. He's probably feeling left out and he wants to hang out with the cool kids. It's the little brother treatment.
Okay, he's absolutely feeling left out. But he does not want to hang out with the cool kids if he's asking to hang out with me and Rob.
Well, that's a matter of perspective, I guess. He thinks you're probably a cool kid. You come over.
There's no way. There is absolutely no way that any child looks at us and goes, that's what I want to be when I grow up.
Dude, we're just advanced kids. Like, once you hit 30, if you're not, like, if you don't already have kids yourself, you're just an advanced kid. That's my hot take.
Yeah,
boy!
Yeah!
Okay.
Case in point. Case in point.
Can you put, like, a waiver on it?
Yo, this is the longest Yeah Boy record.
Is it done?
No, Rob just muted it.
Never.
Oh, yeah.
That was fantastic.
It doesn't matter. He can mute me on the Skype call, but it doesn't mute it in the stream. So.
That's a good point.
Well, see, Stream Chat just asked how long does it go?
Forever.
There's a 10-hour version on YouTube.
There are some who say
No,
that
that's
he's still
psychological
Yeah Boy to
torture.
this day.
Rob's correct.
You know, and
I have crippling
Anyway.
depression.
ironically, that noise. Crippling depression.
All right, so I've already rolled for the people who were late in initiative order. Robbie went first. Robbie told a quick story about. Robbie, do you want to give a quick recap for Allie and Patrick what happened to you yesterday?
Yeah, they saw it in the group chat.
Okay, fair enough.
Somebody dropped a piece in your yard?
And hit my neighbor's house.
Yeah.
And like was running from the cops. Yeah.
Oh, God. That's some Atlanta shit.
And now Robbie's worried about whether or not he perjured himself by telling us about it on stream.
Well, they should have told him not to say anything if they didn't want him talking about it.
Yeah.
So really, it's their
What? I mean,
That's my
I just put it.
I don't think that holds up in law. Ignorance of the law is not a freedom from the law, but yeah, let's go.
But
with
also, am I not like just a news reporter right now?
Right?
No.
that. No.
I'm trying to imagine Robbie, like, giving people the news.
But One America
and
News
it
Network
is a
gets to be called a
terrifying,
news.
Terrifying, like, mental image.
Move over
Robbie-
the onion.
Robbie, go over to Google News and give us the top 3 headlines of the day.
The top 3 headlines of today? Sure.
Yeah, deliver it however you feel like is the most appropriate way to deliver it, though.
Okay. Google News.
I want you to go with your heart on this.
Headline number 1. Read John Kelly's statement on Trump not helping with the transition to a Biden administration. That's the top news story.
Yeah.
The second news story:
Exactly what I fucking thought he was going to do.
the Republican National Convention invests more than $10 million in legal efforts to preserve the integrity of the 2020 election. And then, finally, Trump says coronavirus vaccine won't be delivered to New York right away. Those are your top...
Specifically New York?
Yeah. He's mad
He's
at
spiteful
Cuomo.
of the entire city of New York
State.
or the state of New York. God
Just
damn.
state.
Whole
Yeah,
state.
he hates the whole state.
Did he think that he stood a chance there?
Well, it's where he's from. So.
But, okay, so, like, Pennsylvania or Arizona or Georgia, I could see that. Because, huh?
I don't want to talk election.
We're not talking election. I'm talking just him being dumb.
Him being a petty fish. That's what we're
Yeah,
talking
I'm saying those
Oh my
those
God.
states that he
Look at
stood a
this
chance to
dude.
win in for him to be, like, retaliatory towards, it's still stupid, but, like, there's some logic there. But, like, New York?
He's had
Is
it
that
out for
what
New
broke
York
his
for a
heart?
hot minute,
Like,
though.
how dare you, I'm from there. Or whatever.
Fair enough. So anyway, so the initiative order was Robbie, me, Rob, Allie, Chris, Christine, Patrick, and then Sarah. The question I have for you guys, which may also be a short one or it could turn into a big discussion. Do you guys think that Elolis is the serial killer after everything you've experienced?
Jury's out on that for me.
Okay.
Sorry, man. You called John Red John, so immediately...
Racist die.
I think it's complicated. I feel like here are my thoughts. I think that she might be involved in some way, information to say that, give information away to say that she she met with whoever who did whatever, and I think she became possessed at that point by someone actively possessing her because they knew she had enough information to possibly point us in the right direction.
She was shady as hell. She was lying about weird things, and I'm with Rob on this one. I think she probably knows a lot more than she gave off, and she was doing everything to deflect, but I don't know if she is directly responsible.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the same page as that. Like, I feel like she was definitely involved in some way, but I feel like this is gonna probably end up having been something bigger than just one person on a murder spree.
Okay.
I'm feeling some heavy cultist vibes from that.
Mm-hmm. I also feel like that was a little too easy if it was actually just her.
Also, like, what's the connection between her and some of the other victims? Like, we weren't able to really investigate anything about the rest of the victims. We only had the one connected to her and the one connected to John, which, were they the same person? Was there, like, a connecting person between the three of them?
No.
Okay.
Not that we knew of. I mean, we didn't really get the opportunity to investigate any further because she got very defensive and then she started summoning demons in the place, which lends itself to a very strong defensive, like, oh shit, I've been discovered and I need to get the fuck out of here. I'm also wondering if she was possessed and if this is just some, like, spirit that's going to possess somebody else and just continue murdering.
Mm.
Can't... There it is!
Is the soundboard disagreeing with me, or is it just like, oh god, don't like that?
That's a good Robbie. Oh god damn it, Robbie.
I don't know if that was Robbie or the soundboard.
Fair enough. Robbie does love to fart.
You'll never know.
I'm glad that we don't also present smells through the.
That
Not
technology's coming.
That's terrifying.
Good news, everyone.
Yes!
Yeah.
Terrible news, everyone.
Good news, everyone. I have
News,
terrible
everyone.
news.
Robbie, do you have any thoughts on Ilolis or Sarah?
I think it's Red John.
Think.
Okay.
Well, I think that it is possible that she was possessed and committed the murders, but I also think it doesn't matter because she's dead either way.
Okay.
Whoa!
Yeah. It's too late.
Nihilism. It's too late now. We left. We're like, peace out.
Yeah, it's too late.
Yep.
Too late to apologize.
I can't wait till we come back and see what happened to the town.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be
Probably
gone.
nothing bad.
We come back
Probably
and it's like a
nothing bad.
ghost town.
Yeah,
Or
no,
like he moves away and
fine.
another town is dealing with the same exact shit.
everything's fine. Totally fine.
Fine.
Don't worry.
Fine.
There's another serial killer, and Blue Tim is being blamed for it.
That's my question. I was just curious about your guys' reception of that. Because you guys had a little bit of discussion, I think, like after the session or like right at the end of the session, and I wanted to open up the space to continue that if you guys wanted it. Rob, you're next in the initiative order. What do you want to talk about?
Let's see. Let me think. Could go with like what it.
I'm building you up, Rob. Come on, man.
Anyway,
What that kid is to Brian, I am to Rob.
That's not possible.
Why do you keep interrupting Rob?
what's like everybody's favorite origin story? It could be about superheroes. It could be about just some character in a TV show. It could be about
Stream.
What?
He's talking about sex.
Oh.
That's like
It was a
I guess
dad
you could
joke.
argue that.
Why did he get to laugh? That was terrible.
That's well learned.
But like, it could be like mythos, like stuff in religious stuff. Like, what's your favorite origin story?
Do you want to go in initiative order, or do you want to ask people specifically?
I don't care.
I'll go first.
Well, you're first in initiative order, so I
Yeah.
guess we're going in initiative order.
Go.
It's just gonna be the only one I can think of right now, but the best origin story is just Zeus and how he fucked everything into existence.
I mean,
Hell yeah.
yeah.
Huh.
He is the fuck father.
So we'll
They call
Well,
me
he didn't
fuck
exactly have like the best parental role model.
nope.
He could either have sexual intercourse with everything or eat them.
I mean,
True that.
aren't those still our only two options today?
No.
So I think green is people, guys.
Oh
That's-
shit.
Soylent Green is your children.
Favorite origin story is challenging for me because I'm blanking on like actual origin stories now.
Good.
Batman's kind of an overdone story.
Yeah, I was gonna do that one first, but then I was like, eh.
No repeat.
I think it's less about his origin story and more about like he grows as the years go on, so it's very hard. But he does have the whole dead family thing, and it's like.
If someone wants to jump in, I'm still thinking.
I've got one.
Go for it.
Okay. What do y'all know about Sun Wukong, the Monkey King? Okay, Patrick knows about it. Okay. So Sun Wukong started out.
You know.
Yeah. He's this Eastern. I think he started out Chinese. He started out in like the Chinese continent. He's kind of this generalized idea. He essentially, like, one of the gods sent a lightning bolt down on Flower Fruit Mountain and hits this rock, which splits open, and out tumbles this fully formed monkey, Sun Wukong. He comes up, is just like, I'm alive now! Holy shit, I'm on a mountain! Holy shit! And he joins the tribe of monkeys that are there. And he's so clever, he's so good, and he's so cunning. He basically takes the mountain over, fights all of these crazy different animal spirits, and just dominates Flower Fruit Mountain to the point where the gods are like, holy shit, who's this guy? Holy shit, we made him, he's incredible. Let's bring him up to heaven and like cultivate him. Well, Sun Wukong, turns out, is very difficult to cultivate. He gets into all kinds of trouble because monkey. He's just a very, very intelligent monkey. But for the most part, the king of heaven is so charmed by him. He's like, I can't stay mad at you. You're adorable and so clever. Whereas the rest of heaven is like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Oh my me.
Oh my me, essentially. And so he just keeps pulling shit like he's on Flower Fruit Mountain, the gangster of the top of the hill. Until finally the Buddha's just like, no. And traps him underneath the mountain in the shape of the Buddha with his palm pressed down on Sun Wukong. And he is trapped there for 500 years, one for each finger.
Shit.
He has 500 fingers?
The only way he's let out is if he accompanies this priest to go to the West to gain Buddhist manuscripts from like the monks over in the Indian area. And there's this whole story about journey into the West, about his journey with these two other demons, basically consigned into like protecting this priest as they go on their journey. It's a wonderful story. There's all these different versions of it, but I really like him because he's a little fucker. He's just a little fucker to the point where like this Buddhist monk has to tricks him into wearing this crown to get him under control. And whenever this Buddhist monk says this mantra, the crown squeezes on Sun Wukong's head and gives him a massive headache. And that's like, whenever he gets rowdy or out of hand, he's basically on parole helping this monk get across the desert. And like he's off of parole once he's able to like get him there and back safely, there and back again, if you will. And yeah, he reminds, like, it's really interesting to connect the god Hanuman, which is kind of like the enlightened version of Sun Wukong. You can see how like the story of Monkey King traveled into the West and melded into Buddhist teaching, and you can see evidence of him everywhere. But really, he's just the embodiment of creative chaos.
Yeah.
That's cool shit, but he's also a little fucker because monkey.
True. I only know about him from like what I know from video games.
Yeah, he's a common reference there, I think, and I love
think
that he's
that's
there.
like where Dragon Ball Z's Goku comes from.
Yes!
Yes.
That's exactly who that's a reference to.
Like again to the tail and everything. Yeah, I mean that he makes a really interesting archetype amongst like in like Eastern inspired stories.
Very
Like
kind.
Goku is a really good example. It's just this like carefree, wildly powerful figure, and like they embody this more in the original Dragon Ball. He's kind of dumb. He's just like running around doing shit with his bow staff and his cloud that he flies on, and like those are very funky concepts. I also think that Aang, like, before they decided to make him, like, Shaolin monk and, like, the airbenders, like, Shaolin monks, I think Aang was supposed to be inspired by the Monkey King as well. Just, like, this very happy-go-lucky kid who just wants to ride, like, penguins all day, like, on snowy slopes. And has to be, like, corralled into saving the world, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't Goku based on... Did you just say that Goku's based on the monkey... Okay. I'm slow.
It's
I was
okay.
like, I'm super slow.
They share tropes.
Yeah, we were fighting with my cat.
Cat wrangling.
Cat
Fun times. Cat speak.
Download a bear blasting!
That's what they just did to that cat.
Yeet.
Oh my
Fist
god.
empty. Yeet!
Didn't I think a streamer or something got in trouble for, well, didn't get in trouble for throwing her cat, but everybody got mad at her because she
Well,
threw a
yeah,
cat.
you threw a cat. Everybody's gonna everybody's gonna get mad at you.
Yeah.
Animal abuse joke.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
I would be upset if nobody got
Apparently
mad.
she got away with it because like one of the main dudes from Twitch is like, or was like, I don't think he works there anymore because it turned out that he is a major asshole.
Shocker.
But yeah, apparently he like kept her from getting banned outright because he had a thing for her or something. I don't know the details, but he's an asshole.
Sarah,
Yeah.
I like your hair clips. They're really pretty.
Thank you. I got them at Big Lots, I think.
They're super
yeah.
pretty.
Big Lots.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's like it's a big lot, but there's also a lot of things that are big there or something.
I love you, Rob.
Or something.
I'm thinking on this shit coming up. Yeah, right.
Go home. Wait, he's...
We've given him too much power, y'all.
I
Robbie's
tried
hungry.
to warn you guys.
This is exactly what I expected, and I am so here for it. I love it.
He doesn't have to show emotions. He can just press a button, the emotions show for him.
This is
Robbie's knockoff Daft Punk.
this is just as like absolutely ridiculous as I expected.
All right, who else wants to go on an origin story? I'm still thinking.
I mean, what's the next person's initiative? Is it still you, I guess?
Would be Allie.
Oh.
I mean, yes, me, but I'm skipping for right now because I'm thinking.
You son of a bitch.
I mean, like, what are we like, what are the constrictions? Because, like...
There are no constrictions.
Ah.
It could be the origin story of a real person.
Oh, it could be a real person?
A person from mythology, a person from comic books. I don't give a shit.
Oh, I can go
What
if we can talk about a real person.
No Gilgamesh.
I can talk about a real person.
Go ahead, talk about a real
Go
person.
for it.
Do you guys know who Antonio Gramsci is?
Yes.
Say again.
No.
Who?
Antonio Gramsci.
Yes.
No.
Antonio Gramsci is someone who lived during Mussolini's fascist reign in Italy.
Oh, joy.
He was an academic, journalist, writer, activist type guy. He was a socialist. He followed Karl Marx's theories and was involved in the Socialist Party in Italy before the rise of Mussolini. And that got him arrested, and he spent most of his life, if not all. I don't remember if he died in prison or if he died after. He was a sickly dude. But his whole rise to fame was because of the time that he spent in prison, because he wrote these notebooks full of socialist theory. And he created this idea of, not created the idea, but like popularized the idea of cultural hegemony,
put into words.
which is basically how people.
He put into words.
Yeah, it's how people use culture to gain power over other people. And he talks about how power is a negotiation, and one of the ways that capitalism works is because it negotiates power away from you. So when an employer says, yeah, I could pay you for the time that you have to spend driving to work because it takes an hour to get to work every day, or I could not do that and just hire this other guy instead that's not going to ask me to do that. It's a form of cultural hegemony. It's one of the ways that like negotiations work out and screw working class people over. But his whole rise to fame was just being tortured in one of Mussolini's prisons, and he wrote this like really important work in the 19 teens.
Important to you.
It's important, like academically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not one of the things. It's not something you're.
It's not important to
Ayn
Rand, though.
It was really important.
It would not be important to Ayn Rand.
I think it would. I think it's important to her. She just hates it. But yeah, he also predicted something called an organic. Well, not predicted because it was something he had observed, but he coined the term organic intellectual, which I think is really exciting because I think we're going to see more of this. So effectively, an organic intellectual is kind of like Martin Luther King or Malcolm X, like incarnate, which is someone who's not necessarily classically educated. They're not part of the elite structure, but they're people who come from the people, educate themselves on the system, and use their connection to the people, but their new education to then change the system. And it's something I think we're seeing. I mean, you're seeing it on a small scale with like certain YouTubers and influencers and stuff like that, using their platform to talk to people. But he says that basically the best way to defeat capitalism is through organic intellectualism, and the internet has made that significantly easier. So anyway, I'm a simp for Gramsci. Who's next?
Work.
Simping for Gramsci.
He was Italian.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Oh, yeah, on brand.
He's Mario Italian though.
No, he's just a plumber.
Your turn.
Yeah. So, oh God, like, I mean.
If you don't know, I gotta say.
Yeah, you go. I'm like toying between a couple different like mythology stories that are like my faves.
Mythology for the win. Mythology.
You know, I could dive into a story. I could dive into a serious origin story, which is going to be very historically and mythologically based. Or I could do this fun thing that I found. I'm going to tell you guys the things that I've seen Parler called today. At least that the person that put this meme together, that's what they saw. Anyway, Parler is a social media platform that is being picked up by alt-right simps that
it's free speech, guys. There's free speech simps.
Yeah, let's call it that. And they put out information that is of questionable nature, where that can't be fact-checked or taken down. That's the whole platform's deal. Anyway, things that we have heard, things that this meme is referring to Parler at. Mindspace, Reichbook, Al-Qaeda, Bashbook, OnlyFash, TikTok, OnlyFam, Okay Stupid, Klansmen Only, OnlyClans, CrySpace, Blake, Finder, which is like Tinder, Howdy Arabia, 4clan, Plenty of Fash, and Klansman Mangle.
Those are all good.
Where's this one? Hang on, let me see if I can find it again.
I think it's pretty great. And it's interesting to me because all of this is coming from a position of like,
oh my God, we need free speech. We need to be able to like speak in a place where we're comfortable and tell it how it is. This is entirely being born out of like creating their own isolated community where it's like you can't disagree with them or you're wrong or you're just trying to suppress their rights, and regardless of like how hateful their speech is, how corrupting their speech is, and they're being allowed to create a community in and of itself that is like preaching bigotry and prejudices, which is so counterintuitive to me.
But
So Brian wants to respond, but he's peeing, is what he just
but
told me.
also, if this is supposed to be a
here it is. It wasn't about Parlor. I thought it was, but someone is a thing on Reddit, and it's like somebody said, I saw someone call the Proud Boys the Ku Klux Klan.
Oh, that's a good one.
Say it again, Rob. I didn't catch
it.
it.
Soundboard?
Say it again, Rob.
The Ku Klux Klan.
Hang on. Give
him a minute.
Golf clap on soundboard here.
Mwah! Chef's kiss.
We're not done yet. He gets 3.
3 words. A letter.
Oh, God.
Oh my God, I gotta tell my buddy.
So here's
Oh,
my
thank God
take on
for sure.
Parler, though.
It was so good.
My take on Parler is that this is secretly a really good thing, because if we give those folks a safe place to openly like talk about their racism and bigotry, it's publicly available, it's documented. You can start getting those people fired, and when they start opening fire on people, you have record of their hatred. If they feel safe to let it out, let them let it out, because we'll get them.
Check
Here's the other funny thing that I don't know if this is completely true or not, because I'm not on this site and haven't gone over completely their terms, but apparently it's supposed to be this bastion of free speech, but apparently you can't advertise a product if you yourself don't make it on there. That's terms
Free
for a band,
speech.
and it's like, but that's free speech. If I want to advertise something, that's free speech, but I can't do that.
Well, why do they hate capitalism?
What is going on here, guys? This doesn't make any sense.
There's a lot of things about them that don't make sense, but how dare you question it? How dare you dismiss their intellectualism? They'll defeat you with facts and logic every time.
Yeah, boy.
It's just like
I'm scared.
Right-wing hypocrisy fucking kills me. These are the people that want, to be completely uninhibited, don't think you have the right to inhibit anybody else's rights, but they are the people who will absolutely say a woman can't get an abortion. Or if people just complied with the police officers, they wouldn't have been shot 7 times. It's so goddamn frustrating. These people cannot get married, and as a business owner, I can turn their business away. That's free speech. Oh, you're telling me I need to be wearing a mask? What the fuck is this?
Yep. 1,000 times, yep.
Or you'll refuse my business? Fuck you for having an opinion.
Yes.
It's just
free speech as it only applies to me. Basically.
It's just the blatant double standard fucking kills me. Some libertarians are okay. Some. It's just like, okay, you can do your thing, I'll do my own. Yay, all that. Like, that's
You
okay.
gotta let people talk.
Delay.
Fair enough.
Delay. Anyway, that's my that's what grinds my gears, America.
Yeah.
Word up, America.
Yeah. Bird up. Let's get these people fired.
We Bernie Mac in this.
You can't just cancel everything. So cancel culture is just so toxic.
My girlfriend had a thing about this back when, like, that whole cake fiasco, or that one business was like, we're not going to make a cake for you because we hate the gays. And Abby's like, no, let them do that. And then let those women go and put a Yelp review and say, hey, queer community, don't go to these assholes because they'll fucking be bigots. Mm-hmm. Let the free market do its thing, and they'll, like, yeah, they'll maybe get more bigoted customers, but like good
But-
business will leave them if folks
Yeah.
know that they're going to be shitbags to their queer relatives.
Here's the funny thing about that too.
Didn't they get sued and then had to pay out a huge settlement?
Well, the suing
Yeah.
was about them doxing those women who called them out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But here's the funny thing, is like those same people
Yeah, it was real shitty.
would be like really upset if the shoe were on the other foot. Like if there was like a gay queer baker who was like, no, I'm not gonna serve straight people.
I don't serve breeders. Yeah, for real.
They would be very.
I'm not gonna serve this guy wearing a macaw hat.
That's okay. So Christine
Madonna?
so in the 90s there was the lovely, wonderful Showtime series, Queer as Folk.
Yep.
Oh my god, like that show was my shit in high school. I should not have been watching it in high school, but at the same time, whenever someone calls like heterosexuals breeders, my brain just automatically goes back to Brian Kenny and his opinion on heterosexual people and the like sheer audacity that he had, which was basically like, if people are gonna hate on me for being gay, I'm gonna hate on you guys for being straight. Fuck off. It's just like his mentality was just like, you're gonna be an asshole, I'm gonna be an asshole. Fuck you.
Let's turn
Look at
this
that
around,
cat.
Brenda.
Look at that cat, Brenda.
Shut up and look at the cat, Brenda.
Shut up and look at the cat.
This just kind of reminds me of the city-state of Athens and how violently hateful it was of women, but how like over-the-top gay it was. Just how it was just like, fuck women, let's just go have sex and read poetry all day, guys.
Yeah, pretty much.
The line, like, women are good for breeding and nothing else. Let's go have insane amounts of butt sex.
It could have been other. It doesn't have to be butt sex.
Could be
Yeah,
mouth
other
sex.
stuff.
Could be hand sex. They could have just been doing a handy J.
They could have been into feet. We don't know.
Yeah.
Don't kink shame Athenians.
And
I don't think they're misogyny. Let's get that clear. Misogyny is always bad, but
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Oh yeah, and that.
And that.
you
It's
know,
not,
NBD.
it's not even that these guys were like, oh god, I hate straight people. They were just like, women, am I right? Like,
How dare they exist?
a bunch of hateful gays.
Ugh.
So,
Yeah, got that.
we're talking about origin stories, or did we just fuck off of that?
Oh, we fucked
I
off
think
a
we
little bit.
initially were.
We initially were.
I mean, this is the platform for
let-
us
let me,
fucking off on topics, so.
Yeah, this
By
is
the way,
fucking
I
all
fucking
time.
love-
I kind of don't like Superman a lot of the time, but
Yeah, can we get a vibe check in chat about that?
vibe check,
Superman.
not a vibe.
Not a vibe.
I'm not the biggest fan of him, but there are some aspects of his origin that I absolutely love.
I
It's a great
will say that,
story.
like, Superman, like, him in and of itself, him being just, like, just a symbol of American imperialism. That's, like, mostly his big things, like, hey, truth, justice, American way, blah, 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 blah. But people that have toyed with his origin a little bit to where, what if he landed in Russia? Or what if he landed in Cold War Russia? I think that one, they call him Red Sun or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like Superman is incredibly tied to his environment in which he grows up.
Well, do you want to know something fun about Superman? Because
What?
I am just a wealth of. I am the epitome of jack of all trades, master of none. I know so much random shit. So Superman was created by two Jewish guys in Cleveland as the epitome of the outsider become American.
How much are they paying you?
Ah,
It's a great immigrant story. It really is.
It really is.
it's this idea of like they had it as like this idea of at the time in the early like 1930s when they created him, and like they were fucking in high school when they created him, but this idea of like the Jewish outsider who became American just because he was raised there, like it's an awesome story of how the two guys created him.
Yeah. There was
really
there's a couple of other stories that deal with Superman. Like, what if instead of him being what's his freaking name, Jor-El, his dad, they made it to where what if not Jor-El, what if instead it was frick, I can't remember his name. Zod, who was his dad. And so, what?
Is that like an alternative take where Zod is his dad?
Yeah, it's an alternative take.
I know nothing about Superman.
Me neither.
Yeah,
I only know Zod from that one movie. I think.
he's in a lot of things.
Michael Shannon fucking killed in that movie.
But like, that one's cool. I like that one because he's a cooler Superman. Because he's kind of a dick.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's kind of a dick, but he's like, I'm just gonna do things. He's gonna do things his own way. It like I like how his story is a bit.
Cute ranks and
It's like, I don't know. It's like there's all kinds of cool stuff that they tend to do with him to always make him like different. And he's always a product of his environment, which I always think is like super cool.
That's rad. That
That
sounds
is really cool.
He wasn't what I was gonna talk about with the words and stuff, but you see, I just like came up with.
I promised myself I wouldn't talk about Superman.
Yeah.
I get emotional about America.
Girl.
I want to watch that. They did have that animated movie come out of Superman being born in Russia.
Ooh.
There's a movie for that?
No, I
Yeah.
feel like that'd be. Yeah, but it's.
I'm going to tell you guys, I will simp like hell for all of the DC animated stuff because it's all good. All of it's good.
It's good. It's so
Except
good.
Killing
Grew
Joke.
up
Killing
watching
Joke
it.
was
It's
a little
good.
rough. Yeah, Killing Joke was a little rough, but I recommend
Yeah.
all of it.
I
It's
don't
all
know if
good.
I'm ready for Killing Joke, but it's on Netflix now. I don't know if I'm ready for it.
It's good. It's
Is
good.
Killing Joke, the one that I watched recently, Rob, and then asked you about the ending.
Maybe. Yeah, probably. I think so. I liked the first half. Second half was a little forced, a little rushed. But the first half was like, yo. It was good.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about the ending or anything like that because Pat might watch it. But
Hashtag
I do remember. Say what?
Hashtag no spoilers.
Yeah, but I do remember there was one that I watched recently, and the ending was just like confusing and abrupt. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably it.
Who else is talking origin? Who hasn't talked origin stories yet?
Okay, so I've got options for you. Do you want to know how the Norse gods got some of their most awesome tools? Do you
Oh my
want to know
God.
how Tyr lost his hand? Do you want to know the origin of Loki? Or do you want to know the origin of Lucifer? Because, like, I can't narrow my brain down, and I know all of these things.
I want to.
Any and all.
I
I
wanna
don't care. They all
know-
sound great.
Yeah, let's
I
do it
want
all.
to know the
Let's go.
origin.
Go.
Oh, God.
The
Grab back.
origin
Grab back.
of chicken tenders.
Yeah, let's talk about the origin of chicken
tenders.
tenders.
Chicken tenders were fried, and they were delicious, and so people kept making them.
What person? What brilliant human being looked at like dry, crusty bread and meat and said, "There's something fucking magnificent here." Like, who put that? Who was the first person to put breading on meat?
Give me a second.
To the internet.
A
To the
New
internet.
Hampshire restaurant says it invented chicken tenders in 1974.
Nope. It's been
Who?
around way longer than that.
That's what the internet tells me. The internet tells me that a restaurant named the Puritan Backroom in Manchester, New Hampshire, claims to have created chicken
The
tenders.
Puritans are not cool
There's no
enough
way
to
about
make
the
anything that
Puritans, huh?
You can
Puritans
say
suck.
anything. That doesn't mean it's true.
Hey,
I'm telling
guys,
you what the internet told me.
the internet-
I did not list that as one of the things I could teach you about. Which of the 4 things do you want me to teach you about?
Tell us how Tyr lost his hand.
Yeah, do that. Do
Okay.
it.
Yeah,
Oh, I
tell
love
us
that.
about
Love that one.
So, one of Loki's sons is Fenrir, or Fenris Wolf. And as he was growing up, the gods could see him, like, growing in strength and growing in intensity, and, there was the prophecy that the Norns, the fates of Norse mythology, told them that he would be the coming, or a part of the coming of Ragnarok. And so the Aesir and the Vanir, the 2 gods, decided that they needed to lock him up in chain. But every time they tried to bind him, he could easily break through and break out of the binds. So the gods went to the dwarves to make a magical chain that Fenrir could not break out of. Well, Fenrir was very smart and could sense that the gods were trying to trick him. And so Fenrir asked for one of them to put their hand in his mouth as they were binding, saying if he couldn't break out, he would bite their hand off. Tyr was a friend of Fenrir and had been the one who helped raise him all his life. And so Tyr said, I'll go ahead and put my hand in your mouth. I'm sure you'll be able to break out of these, knowing full well that Fenrir couldn't because it was a magical chain that was unbreakable. So Tyr stepped forward, put his hand in the mouth of this giant wolf, and as they bound him in this magical chain, they fastened him to the earth, and as soon as Fenrir realized that he had been tricked, he clamped down onto Tyr's hand and bit it off. So Tyr is the one-handed god of war and justice after having helped to bind one of the causes of Ragnarok.
Okay, guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah,
this
for
about-
real.
Yeah.
It's very Gaius. It's very
And
Gaius.
it's such a paladin move because, like, he's like, you know what? We're about to do you dirty. You can have my hand. This is fair.
Basically, yeah, he's like, I know full well that you are not able to break out of these chains. I'm going to do this because it's for the good of all of us. And it's also, Tyr was Fenrir's, like, best friend growing up. He's the one who helped raise him because Loki was a horrible mom/dad.
Hashtag deadbeat dad mom.
Yeah, serious deadbeat dad mom. Serious deadbeat dad mom.
Deadbeat.
Love you, Loki.
Dad,
You're great,
mom.
but girl.
Oh yeah, no, Loki's one of my mans. I love me some Loki, but Jesus fucking God.
Parenthood not for him.
He's
a
a
Jesus
horrible
fucking
parent.
That's incest, ain't it?
Yes,
Loki,
he kind
Loki
of
and
is.
Jesus ship.
I mean,
Ooh,
I mean,
he would be
you're
up
not
for it, I'm
wrong.
sure.
Yeah.
He would 100% be up for it. He's
Yeah.
up for shagging anyone. Like,
Even me?
Like, think Hiddleston, but, like, up to 11.
Even me?
Just, like, so much more.
I don't think Loki would be down with me.
I don't know, dude.
No, dude.
No, he'd
He'd
definitely
be into you.
Loki would love your
He's
chaos.
BTS.
But
Yeah.
that's the thing is I'm not chaos.
You are, though, my friend. You are.
It's all organized.
It's still, like, organized chaos is still chaos, nonetheless.
He's
Like,
got little files that say chaos.
That's bullshit.
like, I mean, Loki. So, okay, I'll talk about like, the origin of Loki because, dude, Loki, he's my fave. He's my man.
Messy bitch.
He's such a messy bitch.
Messy bitch. I'm talking such shade on Loki. I really do love him, but he's really fun to make fun of.
He seriously is. But no, like, Loki is, like, the reason the gods have so many of, like, Loki is why Thor has Mjolnir. He's why Freya has her ship that you can fold into, like, the size of a pocketbook. He's the reason Odin has his spear. Like, he does all of these great things for the gods, but he's also just like, you know what, I'm bored. I'm gonna cut off all of Sif's hair and make her sad for, like, a month. Because, like, that's what she was known for. And I'm gonna steal Mjolnir and give it to the Jotunheim so that Thor has to dress in drag to go get married to a Jotun. Like,
I love that.
He's all for just fucking with people for fuck's sake. Like,
He wants to see what happens. There's really no forethought.
He's a fucking antagonistic bitch. Like, that's his life. Is it a wonder that I am so in love with my Loki?
Oh my god, the goat balls story. Do you remember that story? You know what I'm talking about?
Which one? Sorry, I heard the sound bar.
Where Loki ties a part of himself to a goat.
To a goat? a very specific part of himself?
Very specific and sensitive part of himself. Because, like, he'd gotten the gods into a fucking mess again.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, bitch, you got us into this. You fucking get us out. And so he's like, fine. The ultimate power bottom.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
And
it's also, like, that's basically, Loki is the one, what they thought was a human came to the gods and said, like, he could build a wall for them. And they're like, oh, if you can build it within this certain time frame, we'll pay you. But there's no way in hell that you'll be able to do this in this time frame, so we won't have to pay you. And then this dude turned out to not be a human and was, like, going way ahead of schedule. He had a very powerful horse. So the gods looked at Loki and was like, you got us in this mess. And so Loki became a mare.
A sexy horse.
A very sexy mare. A very sexy mare. And distracted the shaman's horse and made it so he was not able to finish the wall within the time frame. And that's how Odin has Sleipnir. Like,
Did he taste just like raisins?
Oh, God.
oh no, he would taste better than raisins. He's fucking Loki, man.
I'm not sure what that's a reference to. That's why I'm not laughing.
Google, because I don't know if this is a copyright thing. It may or may not be. Just Google "look at my horse" and find the first YouTube video that pops up.
Is this a goatsy thing?
It's
No.
It's a Weebly thing or whatever the fuck they call it.
Oh, okay.
You know what I think about some of these?
Things.
You know what I think about some of these copyright and fair use laws and strikes and everything?
That's bullshit.
Basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like, dude, I can talk your ear off about Loki and Lucifer, like, all day, every day. Like, they're my boys. I fucking love those two.
Save all this information for a night when we have fewer people, because we'll have to fill more time that way anyway.
Which we thought.
Yeah, no, I can talk your ear off about my two boys. I fucking love these deities. They're my faves.
Brian and I thought we were gonna have to do up
Speaking
until like
that-
a minute before this whole thing started.
Huh?
It was like we were like Brian and I were sitting here like, hey, I guess we're gonna get started, and we had like 30 seconds to go. And then Christine and Rob showed up with like 30 seconds to go. We're like, all right, sweet. It's not just you and me, because that's gonna get real weird real quick.
And
And Sarah. She's just kind of hanging on when it's you and me.
Oh yeah, no. One of these nights I'll just like have a Inclement Weather to myself, and I'll teach everyone the wonders of Loki and Lucifer. Give them some new followers. They're my faves.
If we're
They're my
doing
boys.
that, then one day me and Robbie are going to do an Inclement Weather where we explain the entire Deer Hunter Axe album series.
And then we're gonna do another one where we just have a car enthusiast
God.
YouTube channel.
I need that car enthusiast podcast. Like, that was the shit. So, okay, to fill in what
Well, he's dead
stories
now.
we might have.
You can't.
I
are.
I don't even know how it started, but I was bored at work and told them, like, I was at work. And when I got off of work, there was, like, an hour's worth of audio messages that were Robbie and Brian going back and forth, creating this fictional Car Guys podcast in which Brian got kidnapped by Robbie and then murdered at some point in time because Robbie was in love with Brian and Brian was like getting back together with a girlfriend, and then they broke up again, and then ex-wife, and then they broke up, and then Robbie kidnapped him and murdered him, and it was a thing, but it was like an hour's worth of audios just back and forth between the two of them.
Fully missed that.
It was fucking amazing.
Wait, what?
I must have blazed those.
It was the beginning of There's Always a Bit.
It's where that started.
It's where it started in this
That's when
group.
that started.
There's always been a bit since like the beginning.
That's
Yeah.
True, but that's where it started with us,
Since
and I'm just like,
in the morning.
it was fucking brilliant.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Loki was my origin. Well, Tyr was, and then I started talking about Loki, so.
Because you stand Loki.
I stand Loki. Loki and Lucifer are my boys. I fucking love them.
Isn't there a way to download your data off of Facebook? You get the full data dump?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the audio files are stored there for like a certain amount of time, 90 days or something.
I didn't remember that.
Robbie, if you want to go try and download that and put it together.
No, that was
I'll
an
get
in the
to
moment thing, man. You just had to be there.
No, I'm saying if you can get the data
Yeah, I'm
files,
not doing that.
You can actually get the audio
that's
files
so
and
much
piece
work.
it together.
It is.
You're right.
Yeah.
That's why I don't want to do it.
But really, it was
You enjoyed
it was
doing weird
way
projects.
more
though.
intricate than that. We had started the Car Enthusiast channel, but really I had put the idea into Brian's head and had him front the money for the crappy car that we bought, just so that money would break them and make his wife leave him because they were now broke and he spent his money on a car that didn't work, that I knew didn't work, but we thought, oh man, we'll soup it up and make it cool. And then so now that they broke up, Brian had to come live with me because, she kicked him out. I forget what her name was, like Phyllis or something.
Oh, Phyllis.
Yeah, it might have been Sheila, and she kicked him out.
I think
Yeah.
it might have been
And so he
Sheila.
had to come live with me, and then that's all I ever wanted was for him to live with me because I'll grow on him and we'll eventually be together. But no, that bitch Sheila, he wanted to get back with her, and she wanted to get back with him, so that shit was going down. So I convinced him to buy another
It was so fucking
car,
good.
but this one actually worked. And when we were working on it, I threw his ass in the trunk. And when he didn't want to be with me, I just killed him and buried him. And then I went out in a hail of gunfire.
It was literally an hour's worth of audios back and forth between the two of them, of like one person heading up the podcast intro and then the other person, and I had a shit day at work. And so when I got off work and saw like this hour's worth of audios back and forth, I'm like, fuck, what the
What's
fuck
up,
happened?
guys? Welcome back
And
to
I
the
was
channel.
just sitting in my car and listening to these, and it was just like, I died laughing so many times. At one point in time, one of my coworkers came out because I was still sitting in my car in the parking lot. It's like, are you okay? I'm like, my friends did a bit, and it's brilliant, and I'm just dying here. I can't drive yet.
You'd best start believing in bits. You're in one.
Yep.
It was
This
fucking
whole
amazing.
Amora
Nice.
RPG thing, a bit from the beginning.
Yeah, wait till you
all
guys
an
get to the
illusion.
end game 5
The
years
truth
from now.
is, kid, it was a bit from the start.
Everything is always a bit.
That's my secret cat. Blah 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 blah.
Ultra
Who's
bit,
next?
dude.
So who else needs to do an origin story? Sarah. Has
Yes,
everyone
Sarah.
else
Yeah,
done an
man.
origin story?
Sarah, tell us the origin of the world.
So,
They want to come. Can you guys hear her well enough?
hello?
Okay, cool.
I can hear, yeah.
Okay, so my favorite origin story, I'm gonna have to figure out because this whole time I've been drawing.
Somebody was paying
so-
attention.
Oh, so that's what she was doing.
Once upon a time,
Go
You're
on.
just going for it. Go
there
ahead.
was a cat.
Uh-huh.
She was a small cat, and by that I mean she wasn't small at all. She was just a baby. But she got big, and anyway, she started out, she was small, and she followed me home on Halloween when I was 2 years old. And when she got to our house, she acted like she owned the place, so we let her stay. And then we, I guess, haphazardly kind of sort of looked and saw, like, if there was anybody that, like, owned her, or if they wanted her, or whatever. Nobody claimed her. So she lived with us for 19 years, and she died right before I was trying to figure out if I wanted to take her with me to college. And I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. She's gonna be really upset if I have to take her from her only home that she's known and the only family she's known. And then she died, and I was like, well, shit, that was convenient. Thanks, Goldie. But yeah, she lived for 19 years. She was a badass. She did this thing where she would bang on the blinds at 4 a.m. for food, and I'd throw pillows at her, and she didn't give a fuck. She walked on me, and I called her needle feet because she had tiny, dainty little feet that hurt like fuck. She was exceptionally heavy. Like, when she walked, it was more like a waddle, and her entire tummy would rock back and forth like the ocean. She loved sitting on me specifically, but when I had surgeries, I wasn't able to let her sit on my stomach, which really hurt her feelings. So she would get as close as she could to me, to the side of me, and just kind of put her paws on me, which is like mildly kind of just testing to see what she was allowed to get away with. She would do this thing where she would wait until I was asleep, and one time I faked being asleep just to see what she would do. She waited until my breathing like evened out. She got up, she left, and then like I kind of followed her, and she walked all around the house and then came back to my room. She did catch me, but she came back to my room and she laid down at the foot of my bed and basically stayed there for the rest of the night. I woke up and she was still there. So like, she was kind of amazing. The fact that she followed us home on Halloween, like when I was trick-or-treating, is like the stupidest thing ever, because I was like, what do we do? Like, we're not looking for a cat. She just kind of followed us for like, I don't know how long we went down the road, but like we went to several different streets and she just followed us all the way home. Tiny little kitten. Her basically origin story of us being a family was that, but she was so fucking stubborn. she literally did not give a shit, and she knew that nobody would do anything about her, like, doing shit, so she just got away with stuff all the time. She basically hated every dog. We got several dogs over the span of her existence, and she did not like any of them. And one time, we had a miniature schnauzer that outlived her, but miniature schnauzer that she like would bat at the tail of when they walked by, and they had like tiny little nub tails because apparently people crop them. We had one that was cropped. Yeah, me too. One that was cropped and one that wasn't. But the one that was, she would swat her tail when she walked by, and she would turn around and like look like she was about to growl, and then she'd get yelled at, and Goldie would like smugly look at her.
Just capitalize on it.
Yeah. Goldie was the kind of cat who, she was definitely a typical cat, but she also was way too smart. She would do shit and know that she was going to get away with it, because she knew damn well we weren't going to say anything. My mom really didn't like cats to begin with, but she loved Goldie. Goldie would jump up next to her on the couch and put her paw on my mom's leg and just like look at her for attention. And my mom would put her foot off of her leg and be like, no. And then Goldie would just put it back, and she'd just look at her, and she'd just keep doing it a couple times. And my mom would like push her off, and then she'd go back. And finally she would just pet her, because she would wear anyone out. She did not give a fuck. She was amazing. Anyway,
Sarah, I'm pretty sure you had a Fae child. You had a Fae child.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, you found a familiar and they followed you home.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, Goldie was my soulmate.
Yeah, your familiar found you, and she's just like, you're mine now.
Yeah. She was an orange tabby, which apparently is not super common. Oh, thank you.
No, not for a female, no.
Yeah,
Female
orange tabbies are like one in a million.
They have to have specific parents, apparently. So the mom either had to have genetically some kind of orange. Either she was an orange tabby herself or a calico, is what I've heard.
Yeah.
And the father had to be an orange tabby or a calico, which is super rare.
Yeah, male calicos are equally.
Yeah. So I thought it was really interesting. But yeah, she was great. She was a great cat. She just didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, you had a Fae child, basically.
Yeah,
For sure.
I believe it. Anyway, that was
Al, are you eating Chipotle?
I was getting ready to bring that up, but
What the fuck, man?
The saga continues.
Oh no! Oh god! Oh god!
It's left over from yesterday, because I got it on Monday and yesterday.
What the fuck, man? Share with the class.
I haven't really eaten today.
Girl.
That's no good, twin.
I had 2 pieces of toast this morning.
Feed your flesh canoe. It's not gonna run properly otherwise.
It doesn't run properly even when I feed it.
That's fair. 'Cause same. But also, how are you gonna give yourself a fair shake if you keep putting holes in your canoe?
what?
Thank you, Sam.
That's some Appalachian shit right there.
What am I doing?
I was with you, Sarah. That was perfect.
What?
You alright?
Yeah, it should burn.
Yeah,
Okay.
Coke burns when it goes up your
Put
nose.
the water up your nose and rinse it out.
It just like kind of went up a little bit and then went.
That's what happens every time I drink Coke.
I did that earlier. I was working on the donation thing and like for some reason choked on it and it went out my nose and it burned for like 10 minutes. It was so
shit.
miserable.
Well, it doesn't burn that bad.
Nah.
But that was great. Thank you, Robbie.
What'd I do?
It was worth the pain of whatever it was you said. I can't remember what you said,
You
but it
said
made me
what?
laugh. Oh, that's what it was.
Because you were talking about putting holes in her flesh canoe.
And giving it a fair shake.
I mean, my flesh canoe is already a sinking ship, so
But are you giving
Yes,
it a fair shake?
Let's
I'm
turn it
not,
into a
I'm
Milford
not.
iceberg. Let's do that.
I
I
have had 1 glass of water today.
I'm proud of you for at least that.
I have had 2 large cups of coffee, and my coworker bought me a Rain energy drink when he went to the gas station. So
Is it though?
Yes,
Those
it
things are
is.
nasty.
I've never had one, so I can't decide on that.
I like Bang because it makes me feel like I'm closer to God
Would
or
you?
dying.
Hey, Brian.
So Bang is good. Rain is a step down from Bang, but it's above Monster. Even though I lived off of Monster in high school, it is
You have to
still
get-
absolute shit.
You have to get this.
Are you having Bang? Is that
a
what
lot
you
of
said?
monsters garbage.
Or no?
What am
You
I
were talking
having?
about Rain? Have you tried Bang?
Bang is the best. Bang is wonderful. However, they didn't have any new flavors when Austin went to the gas station, and so he bought me a new flavor of Rain that he saw.
Bang.
really good.
Bang is what
There's
people who have felonies for dinner drink.
Yeah, there's a whole
Bang
YouTube
is
video.
delicious.
What'd you have for
I
breakfast?
don't care what y'all say. I would live off
I
of
mean,
Bang if I could,
bang!
but
What's
I have
that for
learned
lunch?
that I
A bang!
can't.
A felony.
Felony!
I think one day when I was doing a 9 to 5 at Pet Palace, I had
Pet Palace, please
3.
sponsor us.
Ooh,
No,
Christine.
Brian, please don't
Christine.
sponsor us. No.
There's you were singing 9 to 5. I learned an interesting tidbit about that song. Just because you were singing 9 to 5.
Yeah.
The typewriter noise in that song is not a typewriter. It's Dolly
it?
clicking her nails.
It's my dick.
Yes.
Nuh-uh.
I totally believe that.
I believe it. She's like one of the OG drag queens. So, but
She was like, that
that's
sounds like a
amazing.
typewriter.
Yes,
Sample it.
100%.
She sampled her
Okay,
nails.
So,
She is a
origin
drag
story.
queen. She gets up and
Origin
drag.
story. My fucking favorite thing. Origin story. I'm still on topic. Dolly Parton is Dolly Parton because she saw it was either a drag queen or a stripper, and she's like, oh, that woman is beautiful. And someone said that they looked like trash, and so Dolly's just like, that's what I want to be when I grow up. And I love it. Dolly
I was
is the
reading
best.
Takes a lot of money to look this cheap.
She's got so much fucking big Texas feeling. Holy shit.
Like, I fucking love it. It's like someone told her that the person that she thought was beautiful was like street trash, and Dolly's like, you know
Fuck
what?
it.
I will be that person.
I was
Fuck
reading an
you.
article, and I think I had an
Like-
interview from her in it, and she's like 75 now, and she's like, I don't give a shit if I look like a cartoon. I'm gonna keep not aging, and I don't give a shit how cartoonish I look. Her self-awareness is fucking incredible. Like, she's like, yeah, I don't give a fuck what you think.
Yeah. She don't give a fuck. And she came out for Black Lives Matter when it mattered. Like, she's been on top of it socially for a very long time, and she's tried to bridge gaps, but she's
done
also
more
stood
for
up
East
when it mattered.
Tennessee
I
than like
stand her.
most of the government in East Tennessee probably.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah.
No
Dolly
joke.
Dolly is
Dolly Parton, please
so
sponsor
Yeah,
us.
Dolly
fucking
Parton,
amazing.
please sponsor us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
If
Dolly
Dolly Parton sponsored us, I think I would die.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, hey, Brian,
What?
Yes,
do you remember Dwight Childs?
I do.
He's related to her.
Get
Yeah,
him
come
on
on, man.
sponsorship.
oh wait, do you wanna know my what's it called? Closest relation to Faye?
To Faye?
You know
To
what
the
I mean.
Faye?
Yeah.
No, we don't.
My best friend is, or one of my best friends is the oldest grandson of Mr. Rogers.
Nice.
Ooh. Right.
He's one of my best friends from college, and I'm just like, of course, someone who looks and acts like a pirate would be the oldest grandson of Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, he would.
But it's
My-
fucking awesome.
I'm not going to name names, but one of my best friends is in a D&D streaming group.
Nice.
So
my biggest claim
Aw.
to fame is that I went to high school with the guy who plays the Flash.
Oh, sweet! I love him.
Nice. Was he cool?
Anthony Weiner?
Yeah, Anthony Weiner. He only no,
I
he
get it.
I mean, I guess he went.
I get it.
You don't get because of what he did.
I just loved Rob's reaction. I don't get it either.
You don't get it, Patrick? This is highbrow stuff.
Anthony Weiner was the dude from New York who kept sending nude pictures of himself.
Oh,
flashing
so
girls.
he's the Flash?
No.
No.
It's the Flash, the Flasher.
No.
This is a dude who flashed people, so I'm calling him the Flash.
Okay, I had to be led across that finish line, but I'm
It's okay. Sarah's dying.
Sarah's absolutely
This is highbrow stuff.
We killed Sarah.
Yeah, no. Closest
She's
to
dead.
fame is my best friend is Mr. Rogers' grandson. The other one is like I lived around the corner from Machine Gun Kelly for a couple years.
What was that like?
We lived in the ghetto,
Lots of
so
stray bullets.
lots of stray bullets, like legitimately. We just lived in the ghetto. But
Also, hey guys, real quick, Brian and I and Sarah decided on this before you guys got on stream, but instead of asking for sponsors now, we're just gonna play this.
I am once again asking for your financial support.
yeah, basically.
Yes!
I'm in for it.
So good.
Oh,
Holy
fuck.
shit.
Anyway, Alex, are you gonna be okay? Do we need to take you somewhere? Just the doctor, one of the doctors. I don't know.
Just throw me away.
Hey, doctor.
Find a dumpster. Speaking of dumpster, did you guys know that dumpster is the brand name?
Like
Seriously?
Kleenex?
Oh my god! What?
Yeah, it's the
Just like
brand
with
name.
Tupperware. What?
What's the
What's
perfect
an
term?
off-brand
Or Band-Aids.
dumpster?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like Band-Aid. It's like Band-Aid or a Kleenex.
Or Tupperware, yeah.
Yeah.
Large
That's the
waste receptacle.
Yeah, I mean that's.
Allie, that's a penis. Hang on. Don't draw anything else. Don't draw anything else.
God.
Out of
God damn it.
context. Just
She
out of
erased it.
context.
I mean, it's all in context in inclement weather.
This is true.
That's
This
true.
is true.
True.
It's not a penis.
You're so humble, Sarah. You're so humble.
Hey, Brian, you said my
You're
name
next.
several
You're
times.
next.
What's up?
In the initiative.
Oh,
Next in the initiative order.
I mean, I don't really have a topic of conversation. Like, my joke topic of conversation was kink ed. So what do you guys want to know about kink? Like,
We're talking about penises.
Corny wanted to talk about kink, but Corny is apparently tied up at the moment
Quite literally.
because
Literally
he
or
couldn't
figuratively.
joke. Probably both.
I mean, yeah, corny.
I get it.
Corny. I could see corny as being a rope bunny. Yeah.
Man.
I don't know what any of this means.
So
In my-
rope bunny is
Other
a
teams-
term for a person who likes to get tied up.
Yeah. In one of my other D&D groups, the 3.5 group that I play with, I keep irritating the DM because I refuse to call a roper. I just call it a rope bunny.
Oh no, like, I mean, yeah. But
He keeps because we're in this like cave network, and every now and then a roper will pop out, and I'm like, "Time to fuck a rope bunny," and he's like, "No, we're not. That's not what we're doing."
Golf clap. Golf clap. That's good.
I mean,
am- I am a
speaking-
disaster of a player, by the way.
Technically
Rob can attest
speaking,
to
So
the
I guess
person
we're
who
karma.
likes
God.
technically speaking, the person who likes to tie others up is a rigger.
Good to
Yeah,
know.
but it seems you're overanalyzing the joke here, Allie.
I know, but I'm like correct terminology. It's known as a rigger.
I'm gonna send you the actually meme.
Actually.
Actually, you're wrong. Like that was my joked topic of conversation. I don't really have an idea of what to talk about, so.
You've known all week.
I have known all week. Are you surprised that I didn't actually prepare for tonight?
No.
Thank you.
I don't think either of us did.
I had a joke locked in, or not a joke, a question locked and loaded. Yeah. I was ready.
So, like, yeah, I can answer a kink question, but, like, at the same time, we can just go on to the next person, because I don't really care. What do you want to know about? Honestly,
what was Corny
ask a
asking
question.
about, and then we can tell him to go back and watch this.
I don't remember what Corny was asking about. I mean, we talked a little about, like, DDLG stuff and, like, general kink, because he was talking about, like, the difference between dom and sub and all that, but, like...
So for folks who don't know who we're talking about, Cornelius is a player who preceded Sarah, and who gave Sarah to us because they were friends before we ever met Sarah. Cornelius had a character named Lefirith. Life kind of got in the way of a weekly stream, and so Cornelius had to back down, but he's still involved with the group. I talk to him about stuff that's going on. He helps come up with ideas, that kind of thing. And so we're going to call him and ask him about kink.
Are you wanting to ask a question about kink?
We're those kinds of friends. We just call you up randomly to ask you kink questions.
What's up, Corny?
Know?
What's up, Corny?
Oh, they can't hear him. Can't hear them. Can't hear them.
Okay.
Oh. Do you remember? Not to put you on the spot, but also to put you on the spot.
Also, you're on speakerphone?
Yeah, I told him already.
Okay.
He can't hear y'all, though, because I forgot we have this in.
So, Corny, we're going to have you ask the question and then go to Twitch or YouTube in about 2 hours and 10 minutes into the content, you'll find the answer to your question.
Okay. This question is, I'm on the spot.
Oh, shit.
You
want to think about it?
Do you remember what you were asking about the other day that brought this topic up?
Basically what it was in terms of oh god.
We can come back to you.
We love you, Courtney.
So the question was,
they said we love you.
How was it? So you don't have to be like, I'm gonna push you down in it, or please let me sub. You could flip the roles. So how does that work?
He wants to know how switches work.
Switches and verses. Switches and verses and topping from the bottom and all that jazz, right?
Answer that. God. You can't. Oh, switches and verses and all that. Correct?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna let you go, and they're gonna tell you, and you're gonna have to look in 2 hours and 20 minutes into the stream to get your answer. Okay? All right. I love you, sir. Have a wonderful night. Thank you.
We love you, Courtney.
Bye.
Love you so much.
Everybody loves you. Oh god. Okay. He's like,
He'll find out.
He's in the middle of something.
He's in the middle of something.
Life.
Did you say of his life? Because probably.
Whoa,
wow.
I said of life. I said of life.
Oh, okay.
His life.
Okay, yeah, no, so switches and verses are like this mentality that like you might have one, like you might either prefer being like a dom or a sub or a top or a bottom, whichever way you want to describe it, but like for the right person or for the right dynamic, you would be the opposite. Like, there are so many people who like you defer to one subgenre, subsect of it, but for the right person, like you would totally be a dom for them, or you would totally be a sub for them, depending on what they wanted. Like you would be either, or like the people who have energies of both, like you would top or sub depending on what the dynamic called for. There's a lot of that, like topping from the bottom is the idea of like the power bottoms who like you kind of like to demand stuff and you kind of like to be bratty about it and like force the other party into like the channel that you want them to go into, like the person who the kind of stereotype is like the bratty sub who like does something wrong in order to get a punishment because they want the punishment. Because
I've been
like
bad, I guess you'll have to spank me.
exactly, yeah. Like
oh, you should make me do that thing. Go on, I dare you.
I dare you. Yeah, the make me and the
That
I
kind of
dare
shit.
yous. Yeah, like the super bratty bullshit.
But I guess that wouldn't work with someone who at the same time, who on the other side is like, nah, fuck you.
Oh yeah, no,
that sounds like a toxic relationship, actually.
A little bit, although at the same time, like, there are some good dynamics where, like, it's a bratty sub and a dom who, like, understands and is like, no, you want me to do that, and so fuck you, I'm not.
What you listening to, Rob?
Like, oh, you want a punishment? I'll just, like, ignore you for a couple hours, and, like, oh, you wanted me to react to something, so I'm not going to. I'm gonna go about and do my business. And it's like, but I did that so that you would get mad. Why aren't you getting mad?
It's all role play and power play. Good fun stuff.
It's all power
I want to know
play.
what Rob is rocking out to, because he's rocking out right now.
Oh, to the... Yeah, you see that cat vibing to the polka song?
All right.
Full gear shift.
That shit is bang.
I can't know what you're talking about, and I might need a link, Rob.
Okay, here you go.
Is there anybody in stream chat right now? Like, do we
I
have
can have one.
Okay. Make sure they're included, that they get links to.
Sorry, I just looked around confused because my cat, like, coughed. And is just, like, sitting in our doorway, like, staring at us.
And... here you guys go here.
Thank you.
Nice.
It's a good video. I also really love that song. God damn it, it's a good song.
Does anybody else have kink questions for Allie?
I don't have questions.
Hey, y'all ever be pooping and poop comes out?
Oh, our person that was in chat just said, "Hola, I'm back with nachos."
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice.
Welcome back, friends.
Welcome back.
Did you understand how the internet works?
Could someone please explain to me the difference between the internet and the World Wide Web?
I don't know if it's going to work right.
They are the
not.
exact same thing.
They are not.
I know
Okay,
they're not,
okay,
but I'm
okay,
just like
okay.
not getting into the nuances.
Hang on. I do have a question.
At this point. Okay, yes,
Rob
Rob
has a question.
Rob has a quick king question.
Why are people in the poo?
Oh god, the reasoning behind people's specific
Coprophilia.
kinks are it.
Filth
There's
fetish.
yeah,
Filth fetish.
Really tied in.
Girl, I know a performer called the Grandma, and her whole deal, she is a local artist who was at a trash party that a friend of mine, my roommate, throws. She throws amazing parties. And
What was a trash party?
it was a Halloween party where your costume is made of trash.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
that's awesome.
I could
It was
just be like
amazing.
old pizza.
And basically, if you could stand it. But like Grandma's whole deal was like they were dragged out in a trash bag that was sealed that they then ripped out of. It was full of trash at the same time. They ripped out of it like straight up Predator style, or excuse me, Xenomorph style, out of this bag, and then proceeded to eat trash, lick the bottoms of people's shoes, and staple. No, that was another girl. She stapled things to herself. But yeah, Grandma had this whole thing where they were lifting weights with different parts of their face.
Mm-hmm.
It was a whole trip, but yeah, bottom line, filth fetish.
Oh yeah, pretty much.
Also get your tetanus shots, kids.
Please get your tetanus shots.
Rob, I think the
No
ultimate
matter
answer
what
here,
your
Rob.
kink or fetish is, get
The
your
ultimate answer is because poop is funny.
I mean,
well, no, because for those people it's not funny; it's sexy.
For some people, funny is sexy.
Oh,
Sure.
that's true.
I mean, true, yeah.
Fair.
But yeah, no,
Ladies do like a good
the
sense of
origin of people's kinks and fetishes is a science in and of itself.
deeply personal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm sure everybody's going to have very different motivations for why they seek out the things they do, but a lot of it, I've thought about the psychology of this for a while, and I think it's just whatever they feel allows them to, like, sometimes it's for breaking free, sometimes it's to kind of rewrite a narrative that maybe they were bullied about, and it's basically taking power back using whatever tool speaks to you, and for whatever reason,
Queen's playing in my head.
There's a YouTube video from a channel called The School of Life that deals specifically with the psychology of fetishes that might shed some light on this. If you just do Google School of Life fetishes, you'll find it, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also sometimes the idea, like, there's probably an extension to, there are certain people who like to be called degrading things or be put in degrading situations or humiliating situations.
Mm-hmm.
So urine or fecal matter is a pretty extreme version of that. Like, it is very degrading and humiliating. So it could also still kind of be in that, that family.
Degrading and humiliating only
BRB,
in the context of society, though.
I mean, that's true of anything that's degrading or humiliating.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, given enough time, it could be completely swapped around.
Yeah.
Just how, you have
True.
fat shaming nowadays, which is a horrible fucking practice, but like back in the day, like it was like, yo, they're well taken care of. We love it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just given enough time, you could flip the whole script on everything.
I think it'll be a little bit harder with something like poop, because poop can like cause diseases and shit like that. Like there's still a health risk involved. So there's always going to be some taboo boundary kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it could become more acceptable, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys feeling good about poop talk?
You guys want to go over the? Hey, do you guys want to go over the Bristol stool scale?
No, I wish I didn't ask, but I did.
Poop, please sponsor us.
Are you guys sure you don't want to talk about the Bristol stool scale?
If you're out there watching and listening.
It's unrelated to the topic at hand, but BRB.
Oh, she's gonna go test the Bristol stool scale in action.
She's gonna go have a poop right now.
They left us alone. Christine and Allie left us alone. And so now me, Robbie, Patrick, and Rob get to fucking derail everything while Sarah watches in horror. She gets to watch in horror.
She could...
Why?
See? Yeah. You could leave.
Why?
Why?
You know what? Don't fucking.
Now
fine.
we're
Okay,
definitely
fine,
all alone.
Fine. Fuck off. Fine.
Oh shit.
I'm just kidding.
Ow.
I was kidding. I'm still here. I know.
Honestly, Brian, I don't.
You want to talk about poop?
You know, I've spent most of my life doing that because I don't have a colon.
Hey, Brian, I have a
Yeah.
question. Why did you give Sarah the shit chair to sit in?
What? No, I don't know if I want to.
Why did you give
Sorry,
Sarah the
what,
shit
Robbie?
chair to sit in and you get the good chair?
Because this is a shitty conversation.
So shouldn't he be in it then? Because it's his conversation?
Wait, self-deprecating burn. What?
I just moved this chair over and then sat in it. I don't care which chair I'm in. Do you want this chair?
No, I'm good.
Come on, guys. I'm trying to start fights here.
Is she good? Are you good?
Why, Robbie? You can just be together. It's okay.
I don't want to be with you.
I'm not gonna come between.
You already have.
But I'm.
Oh.
It's crazy.
I can't. What? No,
I'll be there.
haven't.
I will
Robbie, you're
literally be
always
there in
welcome.
5 minutes.
Okay, good. Bring your dog. I have blueberries.
Yeah, we have blueberries.
Cannot
for
do
your
that.
dog.
He does not do well.
Can we just like
Oh,
throw
shit,
them
you
over
have
your
blueberries?
fence?
I'll be there.
All right, Patrick's coming.
Patrick, you can have blueberries too.
I'm gonna eat.
Patrick is also going to come between us.
Like a stoned main black.
Who's got the next question?
I mean, I know what you mean. Clicking the...
Are you talking about?
What?
Why are you?
Brian.
We just had a whole conversation about poop.
Brian, who's next?
And now you're making it weird. Hey, can we just give your dog
Are you
blueberries?
enjoying the poop?
Yeah.
Go poop.
There it is.
Go pooping.
Great job pooping.
Great job pooping.
Great job pooping, Allie.
Great job pooping.
What was it on the stool scale from 1 to 7? Was it what number was it?
I just got I got ash in my eye when I blew out my incense. No, ow.
Trying to change
Hey,
the
you
subject.
okay? Yeah, I'm good. Ow.
Did not do.
Who's next, Brian?
I knew better. I knew better. I shouldn't have done that. Ow.
Well, damn it, Allie.
Shh. It's okay. It's okay.
Join us next week on Inclement Weather, where we name ourselves. live.
Pretty much.
Please sponsor us.
Okay, no, I'm good. I'm all good. It's okay. It was just a little bit of ash.
My cat has scratched me several times on the face. Now I am going to squirt lemon juice in my wounds.
That explains why they
Oh
were-
my god, no, dude, don't even joke. My cat has quite literally scarred my face because she scared herself while I was sleeping and she scratched me like across my face. Ow. I have a scar like above my lip and on my cheek from her.
I have a scar on my nose from my cat. So that's
I
funny.
just
I mean, it's not.
I
but-
just know that every time I go to Publix and I use their or their grocery store and I use their hand sanitizer, I can tell where my cat has scratched me because there's an intense burning.
Oh.
Yeah.
Straight up. That's fair. Also, one of these days, Sarah, you and I need to tally up how many, like, similarities we have because, like, legit, you are my twin.
It's
Spirit
true.
twin. It's scary. It's
is.
good, but it's scary.
I love it. It's my
I
favorite.
love it too. It's brilliant, but like
An Excel spreadsheet.
it's we need an Excel spreadsheet. Yes.
Yes. I'm down.
We need a way to figure out how similar we are. Cause like between our flesh suits failing us and our cats and our everything.
Yes.
It's so much.
I need this in my life.
Yeah.
Patrick, your internet is really bad, and it's making it just, you're making very incomprehensible, angry British lady noises.
Patrick is Hyacinth Bouquet.
What's the difference between a Jimmy and a Jam?
How many people here watch Keeping Up
I
Appearances?
brought up the shadow. Mr. Labita Sasha.
What, Robbie?
So how many
What was
people here
that?
watch Keeping Up Appearances?
No.
The
You
bouquets.
guys should watch Keeping Up Appearances.
How fucked is my audio
Pretty-
right now?
Pretty fucked.
Very fucked.
Pretty
Little
fucked.
Deeply.
A smidge.
You sound like old school YouTube.
One
Oh,
Yeah, you're very, very jarbly.
144p is the amount of times I've peed today.
Nice.
That's a lot.
Diabetes gang
What up?
represent.
Oh my god.
Did you guys watch Auntie Donna's Big Ol' House of Fun?
I saw the first thing, and
It's
I
on
was
Netflix.
like,
It's
nope.
new. It's so fucking good.
It's so funny.
It's-
It's so dumb, but it's so funny.
It's
Dumb.
this
What is it
fruit
called again?
humor hardcore.
Oh, great.
Auntie Donna's Big Ol' House of Fun.
I added it to my watch list, but I haven't
They
watched
cannot
it. 'Cause I've
focus
been
on
at work.
anything for longer than a few seconds, so it's like us, where like they just throw in a punchline and move on.
We're kind of like the of D&D,
It's-
really.
It's like
Anybody-
basically 2000,
Does it-
2004 random humor.
It's way
I don't-
better than that.
What?
It gets better. It's pretty bad in the beginning.
Everything's
It's
a drum.
pretty bad in the rest of it, but
It's-
it gets better.
It's one of those things where like you think you know what they're doing, and they'll throw in one line that fucks up everything that's happened. So like they'll be really annoying and cringy, and you're like, did they think this was funny? And then they'll say one thing that like recontextualizes everything, and you're like, oh, okay, they were setting up this one bit.
There's
the
always
whole
a
time.
bit.
So
Okay, then that makes sense. I'll watch the rest of it then.
yeah, there's like this. So the thing that they start out with in the first episode is they're like singing this really stupid song about how everything is a drum, and they're like breaking everything in their house because everything's a drum, and then they start to drum on a pot, but there's no sound coming from it. And he goes, "Mark, you told us that everything was a drum," and he goes, "You're just playing it wrong." And he goes, "I left my children and wife 15 years ago, Mark, because you said that everything was a drum." And he goes, "Listen, some things in life just turn out this way." And it turns into this really dramatic thing out of nowhere. And you
I
think,
let you drum on my penis.
yeah, there's a thing where they're like, even his weed is a drum. And he's like, "I let you drum on my penis." But you think that that's the bit where it's going. And then he's like, "Oh, wait, no, I was just playing it wrong." And then they go back into the song immediately. It's fucking priceless. It's amazing. Cannot recommend that show highly enough.
I mean, I'm over here rewatching Letterkenny, so that's
With-
going to entertain me for a couple days.
Yeah. With quote unquote Jerry Seinfeld. That's where I got.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh, that was really good. That was It was Jerry Seinfeld, but it was just you guys know the guy who plays the taxi driver in Deadpool?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was that guy just pretending to be Jerry Seinfeld.
Ha!
Ed Helms is one of the executive producers for it, and he gets really upset with them because he wants his name to be Egg Helms. It's just stupid nonsense for 20 or 30 minutes, but it's our kind of humor.
Nice.
Wait.
Anyway,
what was
that's in the initial.
What was the Wi-Fi path? What was the Wi-Fi thing? Not the poop one.
Oh, they changed their Wi-Fi name to Poo Poo, and he got an award for it because it was the funniest Wi-Fi name.
But what was Jerry Seinfeld? His was funny. It was genuinely funny.
Oh, Pretty Fly for a Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh
That
my
was a good
God,
one.
that's fucking-
Christine, you were next in the initiative order. What do you want to talk about tonight?
Okay. Favorite haunting stories.
Ooh.
Ooh, okay.
Really? Really?
That's
Yeah,
like
I'm
mine. I'm terrified.
Get over here.
I know. I'm scared.
What?
I'm scared.
Here.
Are you just going to pee again? Too scary. I think he's just going to pee again.
I feel
That's good. That was a good
Hey,
one.
this can be a favorite movie you've seen, a personal experience, or like you can talk about how you scared the shit out of your friends because you don't believe in ghosts and you're not scared of no ghosts. Like, I don't care, but tell me your favorite ghost interaction.
Who's got ghost stories?
I mean,
Who's
I've
got
got
ghost stories?
I've got some ghost stories, but like they're kind of mundane. Like they're not scary.
But just what's your favorite ghost story?
Don't have to be.
Didn't have to be something you've experienced.
I mean, so my favorite ghost story. So a couple weeks ago, I sent all of you like photos from when I was walking through the cemetery.
Yeah.
Because like I love that cemetery. Lakewood Cemetery in Cleveland is like my shit. I fucking love it there. I spend way too much time there.
Anytime you spend in a cemetery that's extra time is way too much fun to have in a cemetery.
Yeah, I fucking love cemeteries. They're my happy place.
I mean, it's quiet.
Yeah. But so there are a couple gravestones there that are they are gravestones, but they're benches. And I think I sent you guys a picture of Chase's bench that is like one that I sit on regularly when I go there. And like there have definitely been a handful of times where I don't know if it's Chase, but like I'm definitely sitting there by myself, and like out of the corner of my eye I see someone also sitting on the bench, and I'm like, I know that I'm by myself, but I'm like, there's something sitting with me on this bench like all the fucking time. That happens at a lot of the things at the cemetery, like that cemetery especially. I'll be like sitting at different spots or like walking around, and like I see a ton of shadow people there, like walking with me or like out of the corner of my eye sitting at a bench with me. I'm like, okay, hey dude, how are you? Please don't follow me home. I don't want you to come home with me. Please don't come home with me.
Please.
You're chill. I'm chill. We're chill.
Yeah, like we're chill. Hang out.
Home.
Just like please stay here. Please don't follow me home. I really don't want to bring you home.
What's happening?
But so like
I'm
it's
sorry.
not a scary anything. It's just like
Well, that's kind of scary. That's a
Yeah.
little bit scary.
I mean, it's
you
not
don't want it
scary to
come home
me
with
because
you.
I'm just like, please don't follow me home, dude.
Sarah, I want to illustrate what you guys couldn't see on the other side of this camera. Sarah is drawing what I'm assuming is either a circus tent or a Teletubby, and the entire time going, fuck, shit, god damn it, oh shit, oh fuck. And then suddenly she was like, oh, as though she had a realization, and then never explained it, and just started speaking to you guys. So anyway, having a great time over here.
Stream chat wants me to tell you about the haunting that at our house. That is, I guess, a thing. Cause it's my brother.
Okay.
What did you say, Robbie?
Apparently there was a ghost in my house when I was a kid, and like, yeah.
What?
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
is your brother watching? Tell him good job
Good
pooping.
job pooping. That's actually where the lady died. She died on the toilet. My next door neighbor
shit.
found her after like he realized that he hadn't seen her in like 3 days.
Jesus Christ.
Well, shit.
That's terrible.
But
Fuck.
Pull the old king of
yeah.
rock.
But she liked to mess with the cat.
All this,
She liked to mess with
Mess with the cat?
the.
In what way?
It's like the cat would be like hanging out, just chilling, and then all of a sudden like freak out. And it was always like in certain spots.
Oh my
And
god.
like you could tell like it wasn't just like normal like 2 a.m. cat zoomies. It was like
No
they. I mean, it was harmless. Like she wasn't mean or anything. She's probably just like, "Yo, I still live here," and I was like, "Cool." Cause like me,
that is a Robbie story if I've ever heard.
Metal.
Cause me and ghosts are cool.
Makes sense.
This room doesn't smell like ghost fuck. Brian probably gets it.
Yeah, that's a okay. for the benefit of anyone who ever watches this in the future, or for Robbie's brother, Donald Glover used to be in a comedy group called Derek Comedy, and there was one skit that they did on YouTube where Donald Glover and one of the other members were like sort of having this weird fight in the middle of a classroom during the final presentation of a film project. And it was all about how his girlfriend was cheating on him with this guy named Todd. And so they were saying something like he ended up, Donald Glover's character was like filming his like big long I'm not over her thing in his ex's bedroom, and she's like, that was in my bedroom, and he goes, well, you see, I was in that room, and that room could not have been your bedroom because that bedroom did not smell like Todd fuck. So anyway, that's all so that we can make sure that we
then like she was like, why are you mad at me and not mad at Todd? And he's like, oh, it's cool, me and Todd are cool, me and Ghost are cool.
Me and Todd
me and Todd are cool.
Yeah, me and Todd are cool now. Anyway, Derek Comedy, there's some good stuff there. Who wants to talk about Ghosts?
Yeah, let's get back to Ghosts. Who's got Ghosts?
My place is apparently haunted.
You got
Ghosts?
Yeah.
The one that I hang out at sometimes,
yeah.
And you didn't tell me?
Why would I tell you?
That's too scary.
No, it's not.
I'm scared.
Why?
Of ghosts.
Yeah, but it's not a bad ghost.
Phasmophobia! So hey, anyway, let's play Phasmophobia, guys.
There's a guy that used to live in my apartment that killed himself. We knew each other before he killed himself, and he was a really cool guy. And he was a nice person, and I think sometimes he watches over me and is like, I hope you're okay. I hope he doesn't watch me, like, change or anything like that, because that'd be weird. But otherwise, like, we're chill.
Okay, Allie's thing and Christine's thing, ghost kink. Let's talk ghost kink.
No.
That is a thing.
No.
That is a thing.
Okay, it is, but no.
Get out of here. Go. Everybody get out of here.
Not approved.
This is why Robbie has to run these things, because Rob would shut the stream down. Like 10 minutes in, he'd be sick of our shit.
Alright, I'm done.
Well, then leave, Rob. No.
I'm not leaving.
But yeah, no, that's a thing.
Go on.
Not gonna kink shame anyone, but it's definitely not in my to-dos.
So that's
what
what
the ghosts into
it.
Yes,
Are the ghosts into it?
There's no one to ask.
The ghost.
Yeah, but you can't necessarily.
You get a radio that changes channels every second or some shit, and it's like, hey, are you into watching me be naked? And it's like, yes.
One.
Those things freak me out, and I'm not sure about them, but I don't know. The EVPs.
The EVP?
It's a thing where, like, the idea is that a spirit can, like, speak through radio signals or something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something.
So EVP is electromagnetic field measurement. There's also like spirit boxes where you play through the radio, and like it's the idea is that it cycles through the different radio stations so quickly that if you hear like actual sentence or like a phrase, it's like there's so low of a chance of that actually happening with how fast they're cycling through channels that it's got to be like some kind of otherworldly interaction. Again, I am a master of none, but I know a lot about little things.
I'm gonna say something so brave and controversial in this group.
Shoot for it, Robbie.
I don't believe in ghosts at all, or any other spirit things. I don't.
That's what you set up for? Well, to say that?
You say something so great against the controversy?
That's why I set up for it. Do you not see why it was? This is highbrow stuff, and Brian's just falling flat on his face. Can't believe him.
I mean, like human entity ghosts,
Any of it.
I have a hard time believing in. other entity things, I'm more on par with.
All I know is that in my house in New York City, we had an apartment ghost, or at least that's what we understood it to be, because he'd slam cabinet doors, throw stuff out of my roommate's closet, and would be a general bitch whenever we had guys over, until I left a shot and said, "Steve, this is for you.
Oh,
Calm the
those
fuck
are
down."
just
And
those are just city rats, man. They're strong as hell.
Well, here's the thing: we had pet rats. We loved
It's
rats.
just a sewer alcoholic.
Yeah.
So I'm a big proponent of just giving them booze and they'll calm down.
I mean, that's what
Libations,
like
baby.
my offerings to my deities are, like freaking booze and
Drugs,
drugs and
cat,
alcohol.
Yeah.
But like, yeah,
Okay.
no, otherworldly spirit shit, I'm totally on board for. Like, human entity ghosts, though, I'm more skeptical about.
In my work at the inn, it's a very old house. It's about 150 years old. And it's seen a lot of people. Like, it was a boarding house during the Great Depression, so it just saw a lot of people cycling in and out. I think houses and I think places also will sometimes kind of gain their own persona outside of just the people that are currently living there. I think the history will sometimes echo, and like maybe there are these little pockets of just strong memory that are held in a room. But again, this is just what I have personally experienced, and I think everyone's experience of the esoteric is deeply personal and is not always something that is shared, even if you're in the same room. So, as you will.
Word up.
Yeah.
Bird up.
I don't know if that was
Like,
helpful.
I
mean,
kind of
I
feel
get it.
that, because my mentality is like, I feel like emotions and experiences hold stronger, but like a person's actual like essence of being held on this plane of existence in the form of like a human embodiment ghost is less understandable than like the feeling of an emotion being latched onto a place.
Well, water holds memories, right? Like, water holds emotions and that kind of thing. Did you ever ask it, Brian? No.
Brian,
This,
Brian, are
Japanese
you raping that water right now? Did
photographer
you
who
ask for
pictured-
consent, Brian?
Water.
Did you ask for consent, Brian?
No. I'm working on becoming a better person every day. Tomorrow. I don't believe in things either, but also I've had experiences that freak me the fuck out.
Uh-huh. Go on.
I used to own a house and lived with an ex who wasn't a great person, and she moved out for a little while, and when she did, I started hearing her voice wake me up a lot and speak to me. Can you stop her from doing that?
Hey! Wait!
Is that just a brain thing, though?
Sorry, my cats are...
Couldn't that
Say
just
what?
be a brain thing?
Yeah, no, that could have been. In fact, I thought that it was dreaming, but it was one of those things where I would hear it after I woke up still. And then it started to get more aggressive, so there were nights where I would wake up and, like, you guys know how your house gets quiet when the power turns off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be that quiet, and it would be, like, unreasonably dark where I was. And I...
No. Stop it.
So I lived in a place that had, like, streetlights and shit like that all over, but then it would be dark as though everything had gone out. But I still had power. Like, I could see little lights and stuff of, you know, electronics that have little LEDs or whatever. So I would still have power. It would just be, like, unnaturally dark and quiet for a long time, and I would wake up fucking, like, terror. It felt like I woke up knowing that there was a bear in the room, that kind of thing. Like, oh, shit.
Allie, that sounds like some shadow people shit.
Oh yeah, like shadow people and just like honestly, just like
bad
fucking
vibes.
dipshit poltergeists who are up for fucking your life up.
Yeah, bad vibes. Straight up bad vibes personified.
Not a vibe.
Not a vibe.
Hey, also, hey, anyone who, so this is for Rob and Robbie and Brian and Sarah. And Christine, you're within like close-ish distance of them. Hey, Sarah, you know how you have those railroad spikes?
Yeah. Oh, I have a.
Yeah. Can you just like take those and put them at like the north and south most points of your houses?
I can try.
Just like hammer them into the ground, northmost and southmost outside your houses. And I'll do some shit for that.
Knowing
later.
me, I'm just gonna end up hitting a
but-
gas line.
Dude, protect your houses, please. Please, like at the very least, with all the bullshit that y'all get up to, please protect your houses.
Yo, my
I love you.
house
we lost
spawned a
Christine.
9mm last night, so I
no.
think I'm okay.
Did we lose Christine?
Am I there? What? No.
Oh wait,
I still see Christine.
you're still here, but I can't see you.
No, you're still here.
Okay, can you see me? The camera looks
You're
like
good.
it's going.
Oh, now you're back. I don't know what happened.
Oh,
That was my
okay.
computer.
That's weird.
Cool. Also,
So-
Brian,
Oh, go on.
sorry, I was just thinking, Brian, also, I would say, like, the vibe that's in a house, like, what you were emotionally experiencing at the time may have had an effect, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Well, what was interesting to me is that independently of that, I found out later on that my ex had the same experience when I was not there.
Oh, shit.
So she would wake up in the morning hearing I would go to work and she would still be in bed, and she would wake up to me having a conversation with her, but I wasn't there.
Am I just
So-
emotionally stunted?
Damn.
Yeah,
I know, I'm cooped out by that, are you?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
sounds like a fucking, what are those things that mimic?
Oh,
Doppelganger.
Greg.
No.
Oh, yeah. Doppelganger?
Yeah, Greg.
Doppelgangers.
Yeah, that.
Yeah,
That's
Greg getting
that's
a
some
reverse.
fucking
That's what's
like
happening.
shadow person doppelganger vibes. That's like, you don't fuck with those people.
Nope.
That's
I
like some
fuck with
bad
everything.
vibes. That's some like.
bad juju.
I am
Honestly, I don't think they're gonna fuck with you, Robbie.
I
I
am
think
the-
you've got the kind of vibe that's
I'm
just
the
like
real
that.
life Barley.
Yeah, Robbie, I feel like of all of us, like, so many entities are probably just gonna be like, you know what, I don't want to deal with this trouble.
Yeah, not worth it. Big neon sign, not worth it energetically. around
Also,
Robbie.
it's probably just because I don't pay attention. Like, I'm like, I don't really care that that's happening. I'm focused on what I'm doing. I don't really care.
Yeah. Because a lot of
Yeah.
it, that they feed off of attention. Like, the more a fear or worry or time you spend on it, it kind of builds. It's like anxiety. The longer you fixate on a thing, the worse it gets.
Oh yeah, they're fucking like energy fiends. They feed off of so much of what
Well,
you
there's
put out.
there's the solution
in their,
because I
like,
don't
regard.
really care, so that's why they don't care.
There you go.
I mean,
Anyway.
it probably helps that my ex was probably a literal demon. So,
See, yeah.
demons, if you're watching, please sponsor us.
Honestly, I mean, it's not. Demons get a bad rap. They're not all horrible.
It's the devils you gotta watch out for.
Yeah.
See, Brian says
The devils are the ones.
Brian says that his ex was a literal demon, and I'm like, which one? Hang on, I'm going through my head.
You know which one.
Beelzebub.
There is one person I was with for a long time that we should not have been together as long as we were. We weren't good for each other. There's another person I was with who was an evil human being.
Yeah, you're right. What was that?
Terrence agrees. That was my tick. That was my little Tourette tick.
Aw.
His name is Terrence. He's a pterodactyl
Aw.
who lives in my throat.
Nice.
So
Thank you for joining us, Terrence.
story time.
Ooh,
Story
yay.
time. Gather on the fire, children, while I tell you a story about a ghost.
Ooh.
Or was it a ghost? I don't know.
Too scary.
It's too scary. Okay. Anyway,
Sure.
so I don't know, 10 years ago or more, I went to bed one night, and it was like real late. I usually stayed up till around 3 in the morning back in those days. Um, and it was around 3 in the morning, and I'm getting ready for bed. I lay down in bed. I just sort of had left my TV on, and it was on like one of those channels where it's just blue. You know, where they cut out the static and just make it blue. Why did that happen? What are we doing?
All she heard was "sack."
Continue with the story, Rob.
Keep going, Rob.
It's weird.
Guys, stop interrupting Rob.
So
Don't mind us.
I'm laying in bed. It's hard for me to sleep sometimes. I'm like sort of sitting there, just like my eyes open, looking at nothing. And at some point, I look at the wall, and I'm just kind of looking at it. And suddenly, like where I'm looking at the wall, it gets like this real hazy look to it. Like you can't quite tell what you're looking at here. It's like if you had looked at it with your eyes closed and you're like pressing on your eyes, and it gets that like weird static look. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like that, only it was coming from behind where my TV is, and it was just like this weird, not human, amorphous looking shape thing. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like curious as to what exactly I'm looking at when whatever it is sort of hovers over me, you know. And so I'm like paralyzed with fear, like actually paralyzed with fear. It's the only time I was ever paralyzed with fear, which could have been sleep paralysis, but whatever. We're not going into that. I'll get there.
Yeah.
I'll get there eventually. But so it looks like at first it looks like a sort of it's some kind of beast. Like as it's hovering over me, it looks like it's attacking me, like it's a bear or a giant wolf or something. It just looks like it's attacking me, and then it looks like and then like it morphs from this like bear to this like it looked like a man screaming, only his mouth was like way too big, and he had no features on his face. And after a split second of that, it each time it's just scary. I'm like, I jerk back in bed, like scared. I can't move, kind of scared.
So turned into every villain from every Mummy movie.
Yeah, but no. And then the next thing I see is like the face turns more into like almost like a skeletal figure. And at this point, like I eventually come to my senses a little bit, not enough to get up and run out of bed. I was too scared for that. That was not happening. So I grabbed my blankets and I pulled them over my head, and I am like, I don't know when I fell asleep, but I was still in the same position when I woke up. Same exact position. So I was so scared I didn't move from where I was. And I didn't even know when I went to sleep, and I didn't even know that I ever went to sleep. So I'm thinking like either I just like passed out or something, or whatever. But that's what happened.
That's intense.
Yeah, it was an intense moment. So I get up the next day, and I tell my grandma what I seen and what I saw, and it was scary to try to recount that. But I was still like in college, so I got up and I got ready for school. Went there, came back, and my grandmother said that my dad called, or somebody. It could have been my aunt. Somebody on my dad's side of the family called and said that my Uncle Sean had died that night.
Chills.
So story about that, real quick.
Please.
We're going into story time. I had to wait till everybody was done because this would have gone on for a while. So I went to visit my dad in Florida a couple times. First time it was like fine. We went there, it was okay. Oh, I mean he just sort of, we went places, did things, whatever. But a lot of the time he would just sit in his room smoking weed with his girlfriend at the time. But the second time he came, he brought his brother Sean down, or up to here to take us and haul us off down to Florida. But my dad was being a real dick to him. It was weird. So he had to like stay in the car. And so he did what anybody would do if they were bored, and he got drunk. Dude got so wasted that he fell asleep at the top. You know the top of my driveway, Brian, right? Where it's just like the hill goes up and it crests over.
Yeah.
He decided that he was going to go to sleep right there. So at five something in the morning,
I remember this.
my grandpa gets ready for work. He has to leave early in the morning. It's still dark out.
No.
And he backs out in the big ass truck, backs right over him. So he had to go to the hospital for months and months to try to recover from that, which he eventually did. Apparently, him getting as drunk as he did probably saved his life, but also was the thing to put him in danger. So, column A, column B.
Wow.
But after a while, like a year or so later, he started trying to sue my grandpa, which it was in no way his fault. Like, lawyers came up, they were like, yeah, there's no way we can prosecute this or sue you for this because he was the one sleeping in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. But that later on, that's when he died. But that was, like, a few years later. So, I don't know.
May I ask how he died?
I'm not sure. I think it was like heart failure or something to that effect. He just suddenly was dead.
Oh, wow.
It's like a sudden thing. But while he was in the hospital, his wife's cheating on him with a neighbor.
Nice.
Whoa.
Jesus.
Dang, Gina.
We're just gonna give Rob his own inclement weather one night.
For real.
I can tell you about the story. Saw a UFO. You want that?
Yes.
Time I got a wish to come true.
Oh yeah.
But
Tell me everything.
Hang on to those stories for Rob night.
I'll hang on to those stories for a while. But so like, if he were an angry spirit, it would make sense that he would come here.
Oh yeah.
And come through my wall because he only ever saw the side of the house. The driveway's over there, so he only saw this part of the house. So it would make sense if he were to come through the wall here on this end of the house. But thing is, I still don't believe in ghosts, even though I've seen the most evidence I possibly could see to say that I saw a ghost.
Same.
So, like, I mean, it's 3 a.m. They call it the witching hour.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, do you want to know why that's called the witching hour?
Why?
Random Knowledge Alley.
Yay!
So 3 p.m. is thought to be the time that Jesus died on the cross, and 3 a.m. witching hour would be the opposite end of the clock on a 24-hour scheme. And so it's the...
But clocks run on a 12-hour scheme, so they duped them. They were bamboozled.
But yeah, that's
it's
why...
It's in the same exact spot.
3 p.m. is... 3 p.m. is when Jesus died, and 3 a.m. is the mentality of the idea is that 3 a.m., so 12 hours later, is when the, like, devil came in.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But, I've seen all kinds of science that's like, the reason why people see ghosts at like 3 a.m. is that when you get tired, your brain tends to hallucinate, especially when you're like way late at night. This is why like most ghost stories happen like way early in the morning. You need to get off the mushrooms.
No.
Or everyone else needs to get on the mushrooms.
Oh yeah, or you should take more
she
mushrooms.
said.
Take more mushrooms.
But like also, I've read a lot about premonitory dreaming, where you have a premonition, and apparently that can be that can come down to something called the rule of big numbers. Yeah, basically there are so many people that go to sleep and every night they dream that eventually somebody is going to get a dream that's gonna foretell the future just based on simple numbers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like, that's why numerology is an interesting thing, but, like, at the same time, like, there's the whole idea of the 23 enigma of, like, 23 being a number that haunts certain people. But it's like, if you think hard enough, you can find a way to bring everything back to whatever number you think of.
Oh yeah, it's the phenomenon called apophenia. It's where your mind creates patterns where there really isn't a pattern, because nature hates a vacuum.
Yeah.
Your brain wants to create patterns so it can gauge reality on terms it can understand.
So like
nature hates vacuums
it could
so
be
much.
any number of those things.
Is that what's causing global warming? Because we have so many vacuums now.
I mean,
hey Pat, you want to ask a question?
Honestly, I can't think of one. I'm like sapped from work, so like I'm just kind of like vibing.
Fair enough.
But yeah,
it's Pat and Sarah are next in the initiative order, and we have 20 minutes left.
Okay, let me just wrap up. Basically, it could be any number of those things, or I saw a ghost. I don't fucking know.
I mean, it's only a problem if it continues to fuck with your life. Like, since it was like a one-time occurrence, it's like, oh, that was weird.
Yeah, basically, it was freaking weird.
That's metal, dude.
Do you have something you want to talk to the group about?
Circus tents, weird penises.
It turned out to be a really good drawing of a woman in a Victorian like dress.
What?
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what the fuck I was doing.
Sarah is infinitely talented, and her power comes from self-doubt.
That's not.
So she likes to tap the X button constantly.
God damn it! It's like you're like, God damn it.
So
it's not fair.
So yeah, Sarah likes to tap the X button a lot.
Yeah.
I'm just like all the buttons. Just
no, the X.
Down.
Yeah.
This is highbrow shit, guys.
Yeah.
Oh.
Without me.
F in the chat.
Yeah.
Say again, Patrick.
My brain.
I was just saying from the Dow game, which is from LA Noir.
Oh, yeah.
Hey guys in the chat and anyone watching, you should follow us so that we can help get Patrick some better internet.
For real.
Yeah,
seriously.
Please.
We need the
Pat, let's talk about your internet connection, bud. What's going on there?
So honestly, tonight it might improve now. I was downloading Mass Effect 3 and I paused it just now so I could.
Oh my god!
We see where his
God.
priorities lie.
Damn.
I'm
Shit.
just saying,
So
aren't they coming out with a remaster of all the first 3 games?
yeah, and I'm hoping my multiplayer progress is gonna save over from 3 because like I spent an absurd amount of time coming up with headcanons for all my characters.
Nice.
Dude.
Yeah,
awesome.
guys, follow us on Twitch and Instagram and Facebook and all that jazz. But mostly Twitch, so that we can get up to the ability of having paid anything, so that we can get Patrick some better internet.
Yeah. What's your down up speeds, Pat?
Huh?
What are your down up speeds?
I do not know. I know that I've switched over to 2G and everything's performing better.
That's good.
Does anyone know the Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man?
Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man. Who lives on... Oh, fuck. My brain has just died.
Drury Lane?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that asshole.
I think Robbie had enough guts.
Thank you, Robbie. Thank you for
The
that.
Muffin Man!
The Muffin Man.
The Muffin Man.
That's all I got. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to do.
We've been talking for 3 hours, and that's what you produced at the end of this.
I was drawing shit, okay?
Once again, we see where your priorities lie.
Also, once again, we have
I did versions of shit.
Yay!
I don't know what I'm doing.
It looks beautiful.
I don't know what the
If
fuck I'm
anything happened
doing.
to this halfling, I would kill everyone in this room and then myself.
Uh-huh. Straight up.
We must protect Barley with our lives.
Protect
But-
the death of a halfling.
But
Yeah.
then we're actively like going against his wishes.
That's true.
This isn't about him.
The irony is great. He would want
He
it
would
that
he
way.
would give
I
his
feel
life
like.
for us though, gladly, because
He would gladly. Yes.
Because,
I mean, not for us. He would do it because he has a fucking death wish.
Exactly.
freedom!
But
Get
he
saved.
played
Are you
off.
trying to kill off your character because you don't like him?
I could do that. What?
are
No,
you
no.
just Mel
No.
Gibson? Because
Rob,
you're
what?
an alcoholic, crazy little.
Me as a person?
Both.
Or Barley?
Yes.
Oh, no, I'm not an alcoholic. Maybe. But if I had a colon, I would be. But I don't have one, so it's
It's your
fine.
liver and your kidneys you got to worry about.
Yeah, but
Nah.
I only have so many organs, so...
Yeah,
if
your
I
colon
shut
also
those-
does a lot of things that you don't really think about until you, like, don't have
Don't
one.
have one.
It's
Yeah.
true, and it's
My
frustrating
my
as hell.
cologne just turns all the ladies away because it's just so strong.
Yeah, my cologne is very
Can I get a boo on the soundboard?
Boo! Boo the queen.
I
Did
mean,
you just boo yourself?
he did.
I'm not ashamed.
Integrity. I love it.
I take 3 points of psychic damage.
Hey, I have one
That's-
final
it's
question.
like- So,
Does Axe body spray still or ever work?
No.
no.
I mean, all it's
It's
supposed to
tagged.
do is make
Actually,
smell.
you know
It's Tag
what?
the one that does it. Axe is
You know
just-
what? In small quantities, it is not the worst in the world. However, I don't think there is a human being who is capable of only using a small amount of Axe body spray. Like, if you own Axe body spray, you, like, douse your entire being in
I
it.
do.
And your dirty laundry so it doesn't stink.
Yeah, and it's just, like, it goes a little too far. Like, in and of itself, it's a not bad scent.
Okay, I thought of a question.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought of a question.
You go ahead.
At what age did you stop using Axe body spray?
Hang on, how old am I now?
You're what,
31?
32?
Oh shit, he's older than us?
Oh, no, he's the same age. I think he's younger than me and older than you.
Robbie, when do you age?
In July?
all the time.
Yeah.
Every damn day.
Wait, no, Robbie, when's
In
your
July?
birthday?
Yeah, that question. Way
Okay,
better question.
we got
That was a beta way of putting
the
it.
day.
It's on Bastille Day.
You know,
When does the day of your
when
birthday?
does that shit happen?
It's
Okay, I was just intrigued because I'm also a
it's
July
on Bastille
person.
Day.
Oh shit!
Allie, when
Are you a
using Axe
Gemini?
body spray?
He's a Cancer.
When did
Oh,
you stop
shit.
using Axe body spray?
Oh, that makes sense.
So actually,
I don't know what his star sign is. I'm just saying.
probably when I was like 21.
Actually?
Probably when I was like 21.
Patrick,
20
why?
Wow. That's impressive.
I still use it, but guess what? I only use the soap.
There you go.
Oh shit!
yeah.
Irish
True.
Spring all the way.
Okay.
Irish Spring is the go-to. That shit's
I also
the
have
best.
that.
Robbie uses.
I also have that.
Good
It's over
stuff.
there.
It has the aloe
I
in it.
used the Axe like stick deodorant because they had this like chocolate smelling one that was really nice.
Fuck yeah, I
Oh,
love
yeah, I
it when
remember
my
that one.
I use
Oh, I
Old
remember
Spice,
that
so I
one.
smell like an old man.
Old
yeah.
Spice,
yeah.
Stuff like this.
Old
Like a
Spice I
spicy
still
one.
have in my bathroom like to this day.
I just like the memes.
I just like bouncing back and forth between the bear, the wolf, the fox, and the kraken scent.
I like to bounce between the lion, the witch, and the wardrobe scent. Which is where I thought you were going.
Okay, Rob, get it.
Nice.
Like legit, the Old Spice
Narnia.
wolf and the
My
Old
Narnia.
Spice Old Spice lavender is my shit, but also the
Really?
base level Old Spice is
I found out
amazing.
one thing that really works in a pinch is just taking the stick and like just straight down the like right in the crack, like it just kind of fixes everything.
Are you talking about rubbing a deodorant?
Yeah.
Like an aerosol spray or like
The
two
stick.
sticks? Okay. Yeah, I like to get in there.
Keeps it fresh. Keeps it fresh.
Sarah's gonna break her rib from all the laughing she's doing.
Pretty much. I'm pretty sure that is in her future.
It's too late.
Okay,
Hey, wait, no. As someone who has fractured a rib from laughing,
Oh,
please
God.
don't. I don't recommend
What?
it.
Allie,
It can
no!
happen. It's a real thing.
It's not fun.
Okay, so
Allie,
the
no.
how
It's
the
faded
how
for
is
you now because you're the twin.
Shit!
so no, Brian, to answer your how question, my ligaments don't work properly, and so my ribs dislocate themselves very easily, and if I'm laughing really hard, they'll dislocate and then get into a bad position, and then if I sneeze or laugh really hard, it'll crack a little bit.
somebody has
File
a
that as your
new
full note.
mission.
And that can happen even if your ligaments don't work right. If you
Yeah.
sneeze hard enough, you will crack a rib.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
Allie, I think
dislocating
you
it and then
transplant your brain into like a pagan, or a Viking Celtic cyborg body instead
Yes.
of your
I'd be
meaty
okay
flesh
with
form.
that. We've decided my flesh form is like trying to kill me.
Unleash the cyber.
Okay, guys,
Morgan!
one.
Also, I dislocated a finger today at work. It was fun.
What?
Ah.
It's like last time.
Don't do it
Last
again.
time.
Don't
Just
do it
like
again.
goddamn last time.
I didn't
Hey,
do it
guess
intentionally
what?
this time. I was holding a dog's leash and
Hey,
pulled my thumb out of
hey, we're gonna
socket.
switch off this topic so that you don't attempt this, and I'm gonna ask, what are you making, Christine?
I am making little hexagons for a baby blanket. I'm making a honeycomb themed baby blanket.
Oh, that's so cute.
That's adorable.
Do you guys know that the hexagons are the bestagons?
Haha, yeah. So these are the 3 colors, and then the honeycomb is gonna be. Oh yeah.
I like a lot. I like a lot.
Thank you.
The boos were for me, Christine, not you.
I know. You
Okay,
deserve
just
them.
making
Okay,
sure.
she
Make sure
knows
you
that
didn't
you
feel
deserve
booed.
them, so.
No. Yeah. So my
Also-
sister's having a baby. So.
Oh, cute! Yay! Also, I don't intentionally dislocate anything. I know better than that. I just also am a dumb shit and do things that, like, accidentally fuck my body over.
Yeah.
So, question.
Is breaking your ribs a kink?
A very bad one, but probably on the internet. Yeah.
Yeah, it probably exists somewhere in there.
Nothing gets me off like breaking my own bones.
We are killing Sarah tonight. She's gonna
really
pass
are.
out.
There's already less oxygen in the high elevation here. Well,
I feel like this is a subset of gore porn where it's just like broken bone porn.
Brian, Brian, everybody else,
Sadists are us, I guess.
we have
people with bone breaking kinks sponsor us.
No.
If you're out there, weirdos.
Don't kink shame.
Not kink shaming. I just don't know what to be associated with that.
We want their money. We'll figure out the advertising afterwards.
But it's
Hey, guys.
Yeah. It's
I mean, honestly, that would be an easy
Hang on.
and/or
Hang on.
sadism.
Let's sell
Hang
porn.
on, hang on,
Let's sell
hang on.
porn.
I mean, we've already
Guys,
been gluing
hang
that
on.
dragon, so.
Wait, hey, Robbie. Robbie's got something
Yeah.
to say. Hey, Robbie, what's up?
Well,
I am once again asking for your financial support.
we have 3 minutes left. Do we need to roll?
Wait, more thing. Which is better? Which would you
Chipotle.
prefer? Would you prefer someone who smells really strongly of body odor or really strongly of Axe body spray?
Jesus Christ. You're asking the hard questions.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the body spray. I'm gonna know that this is a hygienic person, even if they are like over the fucking top with it, or at least I can see them being a hygienic.
See, you know, but the counter to that is spraying yourself with body spray does not equal hygiene.
Yeah, I just think it might imply it.
They're making the effort.
It's the implication.
Yes.
See, but at the same time, like, people who shower and bathe regularly but, like, might forget deodorant that day might smell of BO, but, like, are actually hygienic people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I've
it
been told
smells
that I'm very
really
fine.
bad of
Not
BO,
that I-
not
not that
like.
I don't wear-
Yeah, I'm talking.
So what you're telling
really
me
bad.
is
Like,
Yeah, he's not talking about you forgot to put on deodorant that day, BO. He's talking about like that
3-day
one
old
guy
flop
in
sweat
college.
he's talking about me.
Yeah.
like
that one guy in college, like I had a friend like in freshman year of college who like I swear he didn't use soap when he was in the shower. So that's what makes me think, yeah, I'd take Axe body spray.
Do we get to choose what flavor of Axe body spray we have to smell?
Don't call it a flavor.
it will
Scents
probably
are
not
so
matter.
closely
in
related to
high
taste,
amount.
it's a flavor.
Yeah. It gets in your mouth anyway, so
Mm-hmm.
might as well be a flavor.
Well,
Do you guys think that The Good Place was onto something when they floated the idea of mixing energy drinks and body sprays together?
No, that's
Into one product?
terrifying. That's
That
an
sounds
absolutely
awesome. What?
That was
Of
an
course the
absolutely
Florida person.
fucking
Of course the
terrifying.
Florida person says it's awesome. They're making fun of Florida when they said that, and you fell for it. You took the bait.
hook, line, and sinker.
I'm just saying that sounds awesome.
That's
mean,
because
like,
you're a Florida person.
honestly,
Yeah.
though, if they figured out the technology to make it not sticky as fuck, I'd be interested in just knowing how it works.
Yeah.
Well, like when I hear that, I just hear like, oh, caffeinated body spray.
That's already a thing.
I
I know caffeinated body wash is a thing. It's like,
yeah.
ooh, get it in your skin.
That sounds
I don't know if that's how it works.
I have had a caffeinated body spray. I do not recommend it, and I am a caffeine addict.
Why don't you recommend it?
It's got like a weird tinkle to it, and it like
A tinkle.
it's a jazz
Tinkle or tinkle?
tingle.
I feel like tinkle and tingle are two different things.
They are two very different things.
Yeah,
You're
tingle is what happens when I tinkle.
Give them the tingler.
It's better. It's better than me.
Tingler.
Burning is what happens for me.
Oh, I'm feeling a fierce tingling.
Hey, does chat have any questions before we do
tune
I
this?
haven't seen any come in.
Make it weird. Don't disappoint us.
Do we want to roll while we wait for
Let's
questions?
sell porn. Let's sell porn.
Let's chop cats.
What?
What?
I rolled a 14.
I rolled a 16.
Oh fuck! Rolling.
Hey, chat, make it weird. Okay, what born would you be in a BuzzFeed personality test?
I rolled an 18.
I got an 11.
I got a 7.
Sarah got a 14.
What'd you get?
11.
Christine.
It'd be me.
Chat has not
Okay.
submitted any
What am I doing?
questions, so.
Cool. All right, chat. Are we signing off, I guess?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, everybody, we're going home. We're going to bed because we're tired. And thank you so much for joining us on Inclement Weather. Please like, follow, and subscribe. Please tell your friends, especially the ones that are into cool nerd shit, because that's what we do. Come back.
And kink stuff and
Sure.
Kink stuff now.
Apparently.
And witchy stuff and
Always.
pagan shit.
Yeah. So yeah,
and
come
Robbie
see us
stuff.
on Mondays at
Robbie
7 and Robbie stuff. Come watch us be equally
its own
weird but
kink.
playing D&D on Mondays at 7 on out. This is Almora D&D or RPG.
Almora RPG.
Almora RPG. You can follow us on Instagram and Facebook as well. So yeah, what did I miss?
No,
Follow us on all the things. That's
Yeah,
it.
follow us so we can get Pat some better internet.
Yeah, smash that like
Smash
button. Smash
Smash that bench.
Smash it.
Press the follow button too, and all the other buttons that
What if you have to
mean
download video games and participate at the same time? You gotta
Hi,
smash that
Othello.
You don't even pay rent.
Oh, kitters.
But I'm cute.
All right.
Also
He's
follow
fucking
us for
hot.
random
Adorable.
kitten intermissions.
Yeah, everyone, I think except for
Intermission?
Christine and Rob right now have cats that make appearances. We're working
I
on getting
also have-
Christine a cat.
I need a
Working on
cat.
it. The minute Abby and I can move into a place, that's happening.
I thought she wanted a snake.
I mean, I do, but Abby
Ooh,
doesn't
yeah,
have a
snake.
Yeah, we're getting you a
so-
rattlesnake.
Snick-a-snacks. Maybe not a rattlesnake, but some snick-a-snakes.
We agreed. It's on video. She went away for a little while, and we all agreed that we were going to get her a rattlesnake. By the way, you guys should watch the playbacks if you leave for any period of time because we say shit about you.
Delightful.
Okay.
I find that, but
Who
Peace
who
out,
is who
internet.
floated behind Christine?
A shadow
Ghost?
person?
what?
Oh god.
So-
Do you see that? There's
There's
a head there.
there.
Yeah.
Oh, there is a head.
Oh.
Hello.
Wait,
Oh,
I'm
that's
confused.
terrible.
Is that ass?
Abby, hi.
Hi, Abby.
Oh my god. That was so scary.
God, I'm like,
On the topic of
just so talking about
stories.
shadow people. No.
On that note,
Okay, good night, internet.
Bye.
We got too spooky. Goodbye.
Good night, internet.
Bye.